There we go. It's finally worked after 45 minutes of trying. My internet's been very unstable for some reason. I do apologise. Anyway, welcome to a new video, everyone. You know the drill for this. I am reacting to round 6, and at the end of the video, I'll be predicting round 7 of the Premier League. It's round 7 this weekend. Also in the background, I apologise for the mess of the room. Yeah, after this weekend, which is round 7, next week is the international break, and there won't be any Premier League action till the week after that, of course. So I won't need to do one of these for 2 weeks' time, unless I chose not to do it next week and then do it the week after. You'll see what happens. But anyway, probably not, knowing how expiry and quickly Match of the Day gets in the first place anyway on iPlayer. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be reacting to round 6. Apologies, there were other videos I was meant to upload, but the truth is, apart from that game where Chelsea had that awful display against Juventus on Wednesday night, I have been ill this week. I went to watch Southampton Wolves at St Mary's Stadium, and then after that, I went to the pub to watch Arsenal Tottenham, and I was ill from then. And on the Monday, when Crystal Palace and Brighton played each other, I felt like really, really shit, and I really wasn't feeling 100% at all. But yeah, anyway, I will be reacting to all 10 of these matches that have just gone last weekend. So yeah, let's get this underway. Oh, hang on. I don't know why the BBC have just signed me out immediately for no reason. Just bear with me a second, guys. Yep. Right. Let me just turn this on. And let's get straight into it.
Round 6 of the Premier League, some big hitters.
Well, there we are. Sums it up. That
2 heavyweights in the studio. They've put on a few pounds since their playing days. In the grey chair, weighing in at 347 pounds.
Oh, you know why Lineker's doing this, by the way. It's because of the recent Anthony Joshua fight. That's why.
Alan the Geordie Stallion Shearer. And in the other grey chair, weighing in at 528 pounds, Micah MR2 Richards. Brentford hadn't lost at home to Liverpool in the league since 1938.
Now, according to fans across the Premier League, this was an amazing game. Brentford-Liverpool in West London at the Brentford Community Stadium. So yeah, let's give this a watch. Thomas Frank against Jurgen Klopp.
Mind you, they hadn't played them since 1947. Steve Wilson was at the Brentford Community Stadium.
Oh, my nose has been awful, hasn't it? Oh, Liverpool wearing yellow on their red tracksuit for once. All right, Brentford. Raya, Ajar, Janssen, Pinnock, Onyeka, Norgard, Janelt, Henry, Canos, Tony and Mbomo. Not a bad side at all. Liverpool, Alisson, Robertson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Henderson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Salah, Jota and Mane. So that is going to be an interesting match. Both sides, both of them, very good for their starting 11, that's for sure. I know Liverpool are already missing Harvey Elliott off that shocking injury that he had against Leeds earlier this well, I was meant to say earlier this month, because this is obviously September when this weekend took. Today's the 1st of October. At the start of September, obviously, Harvey Elliott got injured in that Liverpool match against Leeds, and we all wish him the best. So, yeah. On to the match now. Salah tries to win it off the Brentford midfield. Here's Salah now, having a go, and oh, what a clearance from the Brentford defence. off the line by Aya. Salah nearly got it through Raya's legs as well.
Defender in the net rather than the ball.
That is brilliant. Here's Trent.
Failed to get a foot on it. Alexander Arnold's pass. I think Raya is there.
As Raya kicks it out. And here's Brentford having a go. Oh, and this time Liverpool clear it off the line. Bloody hell! Yeah, it was Joel Matip. Jesus Christ, what a start to the game. Amazing defending from both of the teams, both goalkeepers not even having a chance. If it wasn't for the defenders, it would have been 1-1 right now. Free kick going Brentford's way as Ivan Toney goes down. Of course, this is Liverpool's new yellow kit, isn't it? To be honest, I like it. I like it a lot more than our away kit this season, that's for sure. Here's Sergi Canos on the right-hand side. 1-0 Brentford. It's a goal by Pinnock. Assist by Ivan Toney. He follows it in from Sergi Canos' cross, even though it was assisted by Ivan Toney. And it's 1-0 to Brentford. And the home fans are absolutely delighted with that. That's absolutely incredible. Round the corner from Sergi Canos. A flick from Ivan Toney, which provides the assist. And then Ethan Pinnock puts it in. And Alisson did not have time to get to it. It's 1-0 to Brentford. 31 minutes out now into the game. Here's Fabinho for Liverpool. Now Salah. Henderson whips it in and it's 1-0. Headed in by Diogo Jota. Jota's 5th headed Premier League goal for Liverpool, assisted by Jordan Henderson. And the Reds, the mighty Reds who have equalised away from home. They have equalised against Brentford, the Bees. And it is 1-1. When I say Brentford's nickname is the Bees, yet Liverpool are playing in a yellow kit right now. Free kicks to Liverpool. Here's Mane. And he passes it to Salah on the right, who nearly loses the ball. But here's Curtis Jones, the Liverpool youngster. Hits the post. And then Jota had the follow-up. Could have easily made it 2-1. But a brilliant save. An incredible save by David Raya. Raya, sorry. I always get his surname mixed up. I'm like that with new players from promotion teams. Anyway, Jorgensen comes on for Pinnock, the scorer for Brentford, as the second half starts. Here's Fabinho. Into Salah, tap in, 2-1. And it's offside. David Raya couldn't get to it anyway, as Fabinho whipped it into Salah. And yeah, that is offside. Although it did actually hit. Well, he's obviously behind Rico Henry, but oh, actually, you know what? He could be onside, you know. He is just onside, Mo Salah. It did actually touch David Raya's hand. Oh, look, it's Bertie. Hello, buddy. From my uni digs here in Southampton. Anyway, what was I saying? It was actually it did actually touch Raya's hand then, but I think they're going to give it, you know, because it actually is onside. Salah's only just onside when they originally gave it offside. I thought it was offside for the first, I'm going to be honest, but the referee, Paul Tierney, has given it onside, assisted by Fabinho. Tapped in by Mo Salah. It's 2-1 to Liverpool here in West London. The red side of West London, not the blue side like Chelsea, or the white side like Fulham, or the blue and white stripes of QPR. This is Brentford. But it's 2-1 to Liverpool. But Brentford have the ball back. Alexander-Arnold tries to head it out. Oh, and Brentford hit the bar. But it goes in. That definitely went in. That definitely went over the line. It's a goal by Janelt. 63 minutes into the game. Brentford have fought back straight away. This is a brilliant game of football so far. I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic game of football. Off the crossbar, but then Janelt's header. Trent Alexander-Arnold did clear it out, but it went past the goal line. Definite goal. It's 2-2. Brentford really giving Liverpool a hard time here, this game. A really hard time. And it is 2-2. What a fascinating game. Now Liverpool attacking again. Here's Salah. Into Mane. And then Mane tries to fizz it in. But it goes back to Fabinho. Now Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here's Robertson on the left. What a goal. What a goal by Curtis Jones. Yes, it was a massive deflection and assisted by Andy Robertson. But that is some strike. And Liverpool are back in front. Robertson passes it to Curtis Jones, who looks to take on Brentford. He shoots it from his right foot. I do want to have a look at this again because it was just some goal. Absolutely smashed it, Curtis Jones. Yeah, was his right foot. And it's 3-2 to Liverpool. I mean, look at that for a strike. It's Brentford 2, Liverpool 3. What a strike that is. And that could be another contender for September's goal of the month. Baptiste comes on for Onyeka for Brentford, while Firmino comes on for Curtis Jones. I think Liverpool are looking for a winner here. But here's Salah, who's looking to provide that winner, but it goes over the bar. 14 minutes to go. It could have easily been 4-2 to Liverpool. And now Norgard comes off for Wissa. And here is Sergi Canos taking on Sadio Mane. And now Baptiste tries to fizz it in. And it is Wissa who scores. What a game. What an equalising moment. It's 3-3 between Brentford and Liverpool. The substitute equalises for the promoted side against the former champions of both the Premier League and the Champions League. Not a good day at the office for Alisson, in my opinion, at all, conceding 3 goals today. But that is a brilliant finish there by Wissa. Fizzes it in. It's 3-3. What a game between the Bees and the Reds. And here's Tony. He's surely got the winner. It's offside. That is cruel luck for Ivan Toney. And yeah, that is offside. That is offside. Thomas Frank thought he had it. Brentford thought they had the winner and stolen all 3 points off Liverpool, but no, not quite. And it does stay 3-3. Robertson gives the ball away, though. And here is Ivan Toney. Can he do it again? He's brought down. Brilliant defending there by Van Dijk as the ball goes to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Crosses it to Mane. Can Mane make it for Liverpool? Firmino has a go, but it's blocked by David Raya. Holy Christ. I mean, honestly, Raya and Alisson both conceded 3, but they have both kept their team in the game as well. Otherwise, it could have been more goals for one of those sides, that's for sure. Well, what a game that was.
Great to see the two managers totally and utterly engrossed in what has been a fabulous game of football.
That has honestly been probably the best game I've seen all season so far. It was just end to end, and that is what we want to see in football. That was honestly, what a game that was. Brentford, honestly, gave Liverpool a hard run for their money that match, and Liverpool. Well, everyone had Liverpool to win it, of course, but obviously they didn't make it easy for Brentford. But what a game! Honestly, what a game! Yeah, that's the best game I've seen all season so far. Completely end to end. It feels like FIFA 21. Now let's hear what the managers have to say.
Fantastic performance. In many ways, extremely proud of the players. Brave, played with big determination throughout the game. I think it was a completely fair result, and in the end, we maybe could potentially have won the game. I felt at times it was a little bit too open, but we need to look at that.
We knew it would be a difficult game, but I thought we just done enough in terms of them chances that we did create to kill the game off. We couldn't end up doing that. Which always gives them a little bit of hope, and the manager find the equaliser in the end. So overall, yes, disappointed, but at the end of the year, we've got a point to move on and try and be better next year.
You made an unbelievable save from Jurgen Trotter. Yeah, and I'm happy to have the team as much as possible. Obviously, I'm not happy to concede 3 goals, but these things happen, especially with one of the best teams in the world. So happy with the performance, my performance, and obviously the team performance that we got a point against Liverpool. With the ball, I was really happy with the performance. Without the ball, when the ball was in the air, not so much. That didn't happen now really often to us so far. So it made it difficult for us. And so that's the game now. They will get a few more points for sure, here at least. Yeah, bouncing game.
Honestly, that was such a good game of football. And to be honest, to be fair to David Raya, yes, I know I say both of them, Raya and Alisson, have both had disappointing performance in conceding 3 goals. And I get David Raya for saying he's not happy at conceding 3 goals. But to be honest, fair play to both of the keepers. I mean, Raya made some incredible saves that game. And, well, both keepers just kept both of their clubs in the game, pretty much. I mean, Brentford could have won it, but they were offside with that 4th goal. And to be honest, Brentford, being a promoted team as well, they must absolutely surely be delighted with taking a point off Liverpool, that's for sure. At least. So, yeah. They'll be the happiest side. Obviously, Liverpool are going to go for the title. They're going to challenge for the Premier League title. So, I know they're not going to be as happy, but both teams played so well. And to be honest, yes, Brentford took the lead, but both teams deserved that point. It was end to end. Both teams were going at it at each other. And yeah, my honest opinion, the best game of football I've seen so far this season in the Premier League. Absolutely incredible. Right. Before I listen to the pundits and Lineker, I'm going to have to see what the stats are.
Big determination throughout the game.
Here we go. 33% possession 67, 12 attempts to 16, 4 on target to 6, 2 corners to 11, 2.66 to 2.37 expected goals. Onyeka and Robertson were the only 2 players to get yellow carded. What does that tell you? That just goes to show how much of a brilliant game of football that is. And only 2 yellow cards from both teams. Well, 2 yellow cards the whole game, but in between for both teams combined together. Honestly, what a game. That was honestly an amazing game. Like I said, Brentford will be the happiest side because they've just been promoted. They're going to go for survival this season. But Liverpool, They'll be happy with the performance, very happy with the performance, but they won't be happy that they didn't win because they're going for the title, and two, they could have easily won that match as well. But then again, so could Brentford, especially when they scored that fourth goal, but it was offside. But yeah, best game of the season I've seen so far. It was a deserved 3-3 draw.
For us, and so that's the game now. They will get a few more points for sure. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, belting game of football, end-to-end stuff at times, wasn't it? And as Jurgen Klopp said, that Brentford gave Liverpool many problems, and particularly in the air, like he said as well.
No, they were intelligent. They were very brave. They played very well, and yes, they caused Liverpool all sorts of problems.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They had a game plan, and that game plan worked to perfection at times, Gary. Yes, they were direct. Why shouldn't you be when you've got players who can do that? Attack the ball, get balls into the box, because Tony can do that. He's up against one of the best, if not the best, centre half. He wins it there into his teammate. He's going forward. That should be in the back of the net. It's another good opportunity. The keeper comes out to clear this. Who's there again? Tony, headed into the Google. And again, clips are over the keeper. It's unlucky, but it should be in the back of the net. I mentioned the game plan. This was it. Overloading the far post, identifying a weakness and going for that weakness. There's 3 players at the far post.
They just honestly gave Liverpool such a hard time that game, Brentford. Such a hard time.
Same thing. That ball can come in
end to end. It's honestly like playing the game of FIFA, what I've just seen then.
Waiting for it to come in. Doesn't come in the first time, onto Trent Alexander-Arnold. Robertson should get tight and stop the cross, yes, but that's a different talking point. Look at that ball in again. Exactly the same place, overloaded, 3 of them. Yamelt is quickest to react, and they get the goal. And it's an identical thing that was happening. Baptiste this time. No thought other than get it in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 again. Far post. Too strong, too good for it in that position. As I said, they identified that and they put that ball in.
Look how happy the fans are.
It was a very, very impressive performance.
And I don't blame them. They've had such a good start to the season, considering that so many people were predicting Brentford to go down. Sorry, that was my neck giving me a beating. Anyway, so many people have obviously predicted Brentford to go straight back down this season. I mean, don't get me wrong. They still could, obviously. This is only round 6 of 38. But from what I've seen so far this season, they've had such an impressive start. They've only had 1 defeat, and that was to Brighton. They won against Arsenal. They won against Wolves. Nearly won against Liverpool. If they won against Liverpool, then it would have been an exceptional start to their Premier League campaign. They play Chelsea in a few weeks' time, and I'm scared to see how they do. And also, they're a fellow West London club, just like us. They'll give us a hard time. And it's at their ground as well, after we play Southampton this weekend coming. But yeah, they will give us a hard time. They're a fellow West London side. And they're such an entertaining team to watch from what I've seen so far this season. From every game they've played. Honestly, they were incredible, that game. Both teams were incredible, that game. They really gave each other a run for their money.
Well, a little bit sorry for Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Normally, you've got someone like Fabinho in there, get him across. He did really well in trying to keep inside within the post so that his positioning was right. But when you've got 2 or 3, that's very, very difficult. And like Alan said, played the game plan perfectly on this time work for them.
We should mention Mo Salah's 100th Premier League goal for Liverpool.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I know so many people slated him on Mo Salah on before the 2018-19 season, saying he's a one-season wonder and etc. But he's only had 1 proper season after 2017-18. Yes, it was exceptional, but he wasn't a legend. But to be honest, he is a freaking legend for Liverpool. He is honestly, what he's done for that club since he signed in 2017. He hasn't put a foot wrong. And I'm actually being serious. He hasn't put a foot wrong at all, Mo Salah, ever since he started at Liverpool. And he is now the 4th fastest 100-goal player in the Premier League for a single club, behind Alan Shearer, Harry Kane, and Sergio Aguero. He's even ahead of Thierry Henry, who I think is the best striker of all time in the Premier League. And that is just, an incredible achievement. He is a freaking legend for Liverpool. It will be a huge farewell day once he leaves that club. I think it'll be just like Hazard when he left Chelsea and Ronaldo when he originally left Man United in 2009. Who else can I think of? Tottenham will get it with Son. Arsenal with Pires and Bergkamp. He's a legend for Liverpool Football Club, Mo Salah. He's very underrated as well, criminally underrated. Like, even in not his best of seasons, he was still scoring. That's what makes him so good of a player. And he's scoring them from right wing as well, mainly. Not up front. And that's where he reminds me of Ronaldo. Because both of them don't stop scoring, and they both play on the right wing side. Well, Ronaldo plays on left wing as well, and striker. Salah also plays striker. But when I watched Ronaldo at Manchester United when I was a kid, he was playing on the right-hand side because Giggs was on the left wing. But yeah, he does remind me of Ronaldo, Salah does. And he's just been a legend for Liverpool. Before I continue, I'm going to get a tissue because my nose is being annoying. Let me just grab that a second. Hi. Oh, also, there's something I completely forgot to do earlier. I'm an idiot for it. I went to Lidl earlier to buy some chicken, so I'm going to quickly put that in my fridge. So it obviously doesn't go, you know what I mean. Where's my keys? Come on. I literally put them somewhere. Where are they? Bear with me, everyone. Sorry about this. Oh, idiot. Anyway, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, viewers. Anyway, let's carry on.
And he's in decent company there.
Yeah.
Who's top again?
Ahead of Thierry Henry and Ian Wright. He's 4th for fastest 100 goals for a single club, behind Shearer, Kane, and Aguero. He is a legend for Liverpool. There is honestly no denying it now. I mean, this is his 5th season at Liverpool. No, wait, sorry. Hang on. 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, this is Salah's 5th season at Liverpool, and he's still firing in all the goals since he started. Incredible achievement, isn't it? Incredible achievement.
Look at Ray.
Just,
How many times do you have to see these graphics?
and of course, there's another graphic where Shearer and Wright are both on.
People might remember him now.
both on the graphics. Anyway,
Manchester United's game against Aston Villa have been moved to a lunchtime kickoff because of a Cortinas concert at Old Trafford Cricket Ground. Do you like Cortinas? Oh, that's got from me going. Not exactly two Ronnies, are we? I'll leave vocals for us, Jonathan Pearce.
okay. So there we are. We have the we had, from what my honest opinion is, the best football game I've seen in the Premier League all season so far. I'm sure there's more brilliant games to come. Now we move to Old Trafford, where Manchester United face Aston Villa. I do like that tracksuit from Villa.
37 in the Premier League, a joint record. Villa's only winning 45 meetings game in 2009. Will it be this way forever? Will the visiting fans feel an empty Matchweek, just as the Cortinas fans will be blasting it out at Old Trafford Cricket Ground?
And there is a certain Cristiano Ronaldo. Anyway, United, De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Shaw, Maguire, Varane, predictable back five, Fred and McTominay, Pogba, Fernandes and Greenwood, Ronaldo up front. That's a very typical, predictable United lineup. Aston Villa, Emiliano Martinez, House, Mings, Konza, Cash, McGinn, Louise, Ramsey, Target, Watkins and Danny Ings. This is going to be an interesting game. Here is Villa on the attack. Here's John McGinn. And he plays it in. Cash in behind. And Matt Target hits it over. Could have easily been 1-0 to Aston Villa. And Matt Target batters down the grass with his hand in frustration. Very, very unlucky. Could have been 1-0 to Aston Villa already. Konza. Down goes Ollie Watkins, but referee says play on as Manchester United now have the ball. Here is Greenwood looking for Fernandes. Can he? Instead, not looking for Fernandes. Has a go himself. Straight at Martinez. It was a tame effort at the end by Mason Greenwood. As a nervous Ole Gunnar Solskjaer watches on. Anyway. Now, De Gea. De Gea, oh, he slipped up then, but he follows it up with a save. Watkins could have shot then. A howler from David De Gea, but then saves it. So it was a racy back pass from Harry Maguire, but De Gea nearly had a howler there. And Watkins could have made it 1-0, but De Gea does make amends. Meanwhile, Luke Shaw comes off. Diogo Dalot comes on. Now here's Douglas Luiz as Bruno Fernandes takes it off him, but the referee says foul as Douglas Luiz goes down. Yeah, that is a foul. It's not a yellow though, in my opinion. That's not a yellow card at all. Douglas Luiz's free kick. Did go past the wall. Went around the wall. It did actually go off Maguire's head, but it went on the left-hand side of De Gea and not in the goal, not in the back of the net. Aston Villa's corner and it goes over. Goes over the bar, doesn't hit the bar, but goes over the bar from Konza. McGinn gives it away to Fernandes. Here's Pogba to Ronaldo. Ronaldo nearly gives it away. Then he does lose it, but the referee says foul. Fernandes' free kick. Maguire has a header, but Martinez saves it. Then Greenwood has a go, but it goes well wide and deflected off the Villa players. Dalot has a go. Dalot has a go, but Fernandes really tried to fizz that in, but didn't go quite to plan. Now here's Greenwood. Corner to Manchester United. Aston Villa looking to defend for their lives. Fernandez's corner. Maguire and Ronaldo look to score, as does Pogba. Pogba has a go, and it goes just wide from the far left post. Just wide from Paul Pogba. Anyway, hang on a second. I just want to quickly see that again. Just wide from Paul Pogba. Lindelof comes on for Maguire as Aston Villa now have a go. Through ball to Ollie Watkins, who takes on Raphael Varane. Has a go. De Gea denies him. Back in the middle again. United clear it though. And now United are having a go. And here is Greenwood. Ronaldo behind him. He's having a go, but it's gone wide.
This was super by Aston Villa. What about that for a pass? And then his touch just let him down completely.
He's unlucky there, Ollie Watkins, but De Gea does deny him. He could have released to Ronaldo, but Greenwood had a shot himself. Now here is Ronaldo. Not quite for him. Now Pogba. For Bruno Fernandes. Into Pogba. Side netting. Had a go though, didn't he? Danny Ings and Jacob Ramsey come off for Buendia and Archer as Gareth Southgate is part of the crowd watching the game. Aston Villa's corner. It's 1-0. It's in. It's House who scores. House's first away goal in 22 league games, assisted by Douglas Luiz. And from the corner, from Douglas Luiz, what a way to score on your first start of the season. And it is 1-0 to Aston Villa at Old Trafford. Fantastic header from House. Dean Smith absolutely buzzing for him. Aston Villa lead at Old Trafford. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks concerned. Varane. United have another go. It's a handball. It's a handball from... It's a penalty to Manchester United. That is a definite handball. Handball from the scorer, House. And it blocked the ball going into to Pogba. And yeah, that is a penalty. It is going to be a penalty to Manchester United as the Villa players and United players argue about if the penalty is going to happen or not. Fred walks Douglas Luiz away, who's still not looking very happy. But it's not Ronaldo taking it. It's Bruno Fernandes taking the penalty against my keeper of the season last season, Emiliano Martinez. It's surely going to be 1-1. No, it's not. He skied it. Bruno Fernandes has skied his penalty. And that is the frustration, fuming mood from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That is a shocker of a penalty from Bruno Fernandes. And that has surely costed Manchester United the game. And it has costed Manchester United the game. Aston Villa take away a fantastic 3 points away from home at one of the hardest grounds you could go to in the Premier League, Old Trafford. as Manchester United look on, especially Cristiano Ronaldo, in disbelief. Full time, Manchester United 0, Aston Villa 1. Ronaldo can't believe it.
You know, you can take it when it's a good goal that's conceded against you, but that's offside. He's touched David as he heads the ball, so Watkins is actually pushing him as that header goes. How that's a goal,
No, I disagree.
see the consistency in that.
I don't even think it was that bad, to be honest.
That's an offside.
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was an offside of a header. I thought it was a brilliant header by House. We'll see what the pundits have to say anyway.
How that's a goal, I just can't see the consistency, and that's an offside.
To be fair, that wasn't even my role at set pieces. Aaron Mings, he just said, you know what, Paul, you'd like do my job. So I said, yeah, let's do it. And, you know, I've started on the keeper, pulled up at the front, glass and header. And I knew, to be fair, as soon as I touched my header, I knew it was in.
You know, I've seen it back. I thought it was a very harsh penalty. You know, I'm not sure where he's meant to put his arm. It's flashed across. I think Cavani's got a touch on it. It's his arm, which is down by his side. But for me, justice was done when he missed it.
You had to wait a long time to take the penalty. There was a lot of milling around the penalty spot. Were you happy with that?
No, of course, but I wasn't going to mention it. But when you do this, it's not right that they do that. And I guess that should be a yellow card for someone, but I can't. They've achieved what they wanted.
Yeah, 3 points is what they want.
Yeah, to be honest, I see. First of all, I didn't think House's goal was offside, so I disagree with Solskjaer. And second of all, I thought that was a definite penalty, so I disagree with Dean Smith as well. But I'll see what the pundits have to say anyway, because they know more than me, don't they?
All that's conceded.
Nevertheless, though, regardless, despite all that, it is a brilliant away win for Aston Villa. To get 3 points at Old Trafford, that is impressive. Very impressive. Right. So the stats were 60% possession to 40, 28 attempts to 7, 4 on target to 3, 5 corners to 5, 2.20 expected goals to 1.35. Luke Shaw, Fred, McGinn, and Cash all get on the book. But to be honest, I know I say the Brentford-Liverpool game was a brilliant game to watch, and it was, like I said, the best game of the season I've seen so far. That was a brilliant game to watch, not going to lie. That kept going end to end, Man United against Aston Villa. And despite the scoreline, but yeah, I'm just saying, it was another good game of football. We've had 2 great games of football so far.
They've achieved what they wanted.
Yeah, 3 points is what they wanted, and that's what they achieved. Wasn't a smash and grab for Villa, though, was it really, Mike? I mean, they caused United problems throughout the game. All sorts of problems. Villa were outstanding.
Yeah, they were. Completely agree with Michael Richards.
Cash down that right-hand side, scored last week, full of confidence. Target getting in the back, and they should be scoring.
Oh, he should have scored that, Matt Target.
Pressure at the bottom. You see Watkins coming into the picture just here.
That was a howler from De Gea, only to make amends afterwards.
That away. And they stretched them. The hard work that I put in, lovely little flip there. Douglas Luiz with a forward ball. Watkins, you know what he wants to do here? He wants to come on inside. In the end, it's a great save from David De Gea there. We're at it from to finish. I mean, Tom McGinn, he wasn't this quick when I trained with him, but he managed to get in there. Just do you think Ramsey's going to slide home?
Oh dear.
He just loses his footing. But this is why they brought in Austin McPhee, set piece coach. They got the warning. He didn't score here, but House with a little bit of movement. He mentioned it wasn't supposed to be his role, but he drops off, goes into that little bit of pocket. It's a great finish. It really is Old Trafford. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer thought, though, that goal should have been called offside. Alan?
Well, I don't think it should be called.
No, I agree. I mean, I knew Alan Shearer would say it shouldn't have been offside. I know him as a pundit when I watch him on Match of the Day. It is clear and obvious that the reason why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that goal from House was offside from the corner from Douglas Luiz was because he was clearly fuming with how the game ended out. It's as simple as that. Just because Fernandes missed his penalty, when it was his fault for choosing Fernandes to take the penalty in the first place, when he could have also had Ronaldo as an alternative. So it's clear and obvious that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was just simply fuming after the match. I didn't think it was offside at all. I thought it was a brilliant header by House.
Leicester with what happened last week. It's a fantastic run from Corky House. He gets his head on there.
And also that, it was similar to what happened with Leicester the other week against Brighton, when Ndidi made it 2-2. And I thought it was wrongfully called out offside. And I thought Leicester were robbed the whole match. So yeah, that goal should have counted. Completely agree with Shearer. I completely disagree with Solskjaer.
And Ollie Watkins, when he heads it, he is in front of him. He is in his line of sight. There's no way he's stopping it. Is he in his line of sight? There's no way he's stopping it. Well, he must be if he's in front of it. But
yeah, see that? Literally that. Literally what we were talking about. I'm going to have to go back. They show that goal from House against United at Old Trafford. Now watch Ndidi's again against Brighton the other week. I think it was last week actually as well. I mean, look, it was a clear header and it got ruled out offside. Like I said, Leicester were robbed in that match against Brighton at the Amex. Not knocking Brighton off though, of course, because they've had an impressive start to the season. But Leicester were robbed that match. That was a clear header from Ndidi.
Oh, identical last week. Indeed,
yeah, last week. Of course it was. Of course it was last week.
The difference is because last week, well, it must be if he's in front of him, but identical last week. Indeed, Barnes is in front of the goalkeeper. They give offside. The difference is because last week, the assistant flags for offside. Today, the assistant didn't flag. We just want consistency. What I'm saying is, I don't think either goal should be offside. Both goals should have been given. But Leicester will look at that and say, hang on, that's not fair, that's not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruno's penalty, 22.
I completely agree with Alan Shearer. There just needs to be more consistency in the game, in the English game, with referees and linesmen.
Didn't flag. We just want consistency. What I'm saying is, I don't think either goal should be offside. Both goals should have been given. But Leicester will look at that and say, hang on, that's not fair, that's not right.
You have a point. Bruno's penalty, 22 out of 23 before this one. But, well, House was just so excited. And he was so unlucky, little touch from Cavani. But it is a penalty.
Yeah, it is a penalty.
He's doing hands away from his body. So, but look at Martinez here. Yeah, it's Ronaldo. You take this. Look, he's so much confidence. You see Bella there and Fred there pushing him away. I don't know if the Bella after's been, beforehand. But look at his little jig here. He's so excited, and then Tyrone Mings.
That's incredible. I'll do an impression of that in a minute. But yeah, that was a shocker of a penalty from Bruno Fernandes. But yeah, I completely disagree with both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Dean Smith. That was a clear-headed goal from House. It was no way offside. And that was definitely a penalty. How can Dean Smith say that wasn't a penalty? Anyway, I want to do this Martinez celebration.
Look at his little jig here.
Going up to the United fans. That is absolute class. That's shithousery, that is. He's turning into Aston Villa's version of Vardy.
He's so excited, and then Tyrone Mings is saying to him, was you got in his head. You got in his head. But it's so unlike Fernandes, isn't it? Missing a penalty. Who takes the next one? you know who it's going to be.
I was actually surprised he didn't take it. I know Bruno's got a good record. I think before today, 22 out of 23. So I was a bit surprised, but he might be on the next one because
Diana, all yours. Chelsea had won their last 3 games against Manchester City, including most recently the Champions League final. Guy Mowbray was at Stamford Bridge.
Oh no. Now this was the game I watched last Saturday. And we lost. As you saw in my live stream before my internet crashed. But we may as well look at it again, don't we? Chelsea's first defeat of the season, and it's at Stamford Bridge. Not away, it's at Stamford Bridge. And it's against the reigning champions of England, Manchester City, with the champions of Europe losing for the first time.
The champions of Europe and the champions of England.
So, Mendy,
Great rivalries of the game today is
Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger,
between 2 of its finest coaching minds.
Reece James, Marcus Alonso, Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, Lukaku, Werner. Man City, Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva and Rodri, Grealish, Jesus, De Bruyne, and Foden. And that is up to him at the end of the day. Same with Wilfried Zaha. Anyway, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo into De Bruyne. Has a go, but it goes to Alonso, who takes his time to clear it. In fact, all of Chelsea do. Jorginho takes his time. Azpilicueta takes his time. And it goes straight to Romelu Lukaku, who passes it to Alonso. Werner has a go himself to take on Diaz. Tries to find Lukaku. And Werner, for once, wasn't offside.
Just the right side with his timing. Not a good decision. He made 1 or 2 good decisions after that. Twist and a turn and a good ball in. Not far off getting proper purchase. The watch game is just a little bit differently to everything
Right.
else.
And obviously Chelsea already made that substitute. I remember because Reece James came off early, which was a shame, but it is what it is. He came off Thiago Silva. And then after that,
It's Rodri.
now we have Rodri, 33 minutes into the game. Passing it to Grealish on the left. Back to Rodri. Has a go, but it's deflected. Frustration from Antonio Rudiger. As Rudiger tried to get rid of it, but it was his head in the way. Bernardo Silva crosses it to João Cancelo. Here's De Bruyne having a go, but doesn't quite get to him, and the ball goes straight to Edouard Mendy. Jorginho, Kante loses the ball and gets dispossessed by Grealish. And now here's Foden into Jesus, and it goes wide.
Sorts of chances really have to go in. Thomas Tuchel said as much himself. These games, little details decide. You need a bit of luck too. 30-second kickoffs occasionally take a bit more time to get going.
João Cancelo blocked by Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta. Either way, though, it is a corner to Manchester City. De Bruyne's short corner into Bernardo Silva. Now Cancelo. And now Jesus has a go and Mendy doesn't get rid of it. Assist from Cancelo, and it's 1-0 to Manchester City.
It is his third goal of the season. All of the corners City have been forcing. They're into double figures now. They had to count at some point. It was a shot from which Jesus took up possession. And it hits Jesus. It turns Jorginho.
Not good enough from Chelsea then. 1-0 to Manchester City. Put in, fired in by Gabriel Jesus.
It is Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1. On the balance of what we've watched up to this point, that is absolutely right. We'll talk of City not playing with a centre forward, but it is a number 9 who's given them the lead.
City easily been the better team so far. And they have a point to prove after that disappointing draw against Southampton. And they are proving that point that they really are title contenders that people shouldn't forget about. Here's Grealish taking on Azpilicueta, and it goes wide. Could have been 2-0 to City. Kante comes off, Havertz comes on. Here's Alonso. Loses it. Gives the ball away to Rodri, his Spanish compatriot. And now here's Grealish. Given to Cancelo. Foden had a go. And then Jesus had a go. Cleared off the line by Thiago Silva. Here's Havertz now. Into Lukaku, tap in, 1-1. And it's offside. To shorten the Chelsea cheers. To be fair, that is offside. I'll admit as a Chelsea fan, that was a definite offside. Didn't deserve the goal at all then from Lukaku. But Chelsea have another go. And that's Kovacic having a go, but the ball was deflected. Jorginho comes off. Loftus-Cheek comes on. Walker.
Flexing out the foot to be fouled here by Havertz, stood on top of the boot.
Yeah, that is a foul. There is Mr. Gallagher watching on, supporting his boyhood club, Man City. Just wide. Just wide from Aymeric Laporte. Could have been 2-0 to City again. Just goes to show that all game Manchester City have been the much more attacking side and Chelsea have been by far the more defensive as De Bruyne now comes off and makes way for Riyad Mahrez. Here's Jesus. Here's Grealish. And Mendy saves it. And that's the end of the match. Disappointing performance from Chelsea. They will be hoping to bounce back soon. And a brilliant performance by the blue half of Manchester. With Gabriel Jesus scoring in the 53rd minute. And the final score was the champions of Europe 0, the champions of England 1 here at Stamford Bridge. An important away win for Manchester City.
Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1.
They were too strong today. We were not good enough. I said.
Yeah,
before,
agreed with Tuchel. We weren't good enough at all in the game.
We need to be in our best shape. This was not the case.
The goalkeeper, the Premier League champions beat the European champions. This is big for them. 1 goal of it. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1.
They were too strong today. We were not good enough. I said before, if we want to push the result on our side, we need to be in our best shape. this was not the case. We lacked sharpness and precision, and maybe most important, we lacked confidence. I did not feel that we believed in escaping with short balls, and we did not really believe in escaping with long balls. Everything was a bit like, I don't know, like we had something to protect, which was not the case.
We made so many mistakes, that we normally don't make in terms of passing, of touches, but we tried to stay in the game, and in a short corner we lost the game, which is very disappointing.
I started to play football as winger, so after I play like striker, now I can play more winger. I think it's so good for me because I can play like striker and like winger. That's good.
Today we play for each other, we run for each other, we pass the ball for each other. So now I am watching the Ryder Cup and I see how they celebrate this individual game, like they play just for themselves during 11 months almost. Then come the Ryder Cup and they play for each other. And that is nice when you play football. That you do it for your mate, and after he's going to do it for you. The way we play was so good.
I mean, yeah, I agree with Pep Guardiola. Unlike Solskjaer and Dean Smith, who I completely disagree with their opinions on, the two best coaches of last season, in my opinion. Oh, and also Roberto Mancini winning the Euro 2020 Championship with Italy. I agree with both of these coaches here. They're just... We weren't good enough, and City were just absolutely brilliant. But then again, to be honest, as a Chelsea fan, I knew we were going to have an off day some point, and it's no surprise that our first off day of the season is against, obviously, the reigning champions, a very, very good Manchester City side. And Pep Guardiola has finally got his revenge on Thomas Tuchel. He has finally beaten Tuchel as Man City coach against Chelsea. Lost all 3 games to Tuchel last season, the Champions League final, the FA Cup semi-final, and 2-1 to Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. And now Pep Guardiola finally beats Chelsea. That is managed by Thomas Tuchel.
So I said before, if we want to push the result on our side, we need to be in our best shape.
So yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at the stats.
This was not the case.
40% possession to 60, 5 attempts to 15 attempts. I mean, that just goes to show how poor we were all game. No shots on target at all. Chelsea had none that game. Man City had 4. Our boys seriously need to bounce back after that performance. But to be honest, I mean, I have to react to this now because obviously the other day I uploaded Chelsea defeat to Juventus in the Champions League, and they were all over us that game. They were incredible. We were awful. I was more angry with the performance against Juventus than that performance against Man City, I'm not going to lie. Because I knew Man City was going to be tough, but we overestimated Juve, who are 10th in Serie A at the moment, and they turned into Arsenal against us the other night. And yeah, we were simply not good enough in Turin on Wednesday night. But what annoys me the most is that some of our fans just already want Thomas Tuchel to be gone, or just already frustrated with him. I'm ashamed at some of the fellow Chelsea fans I have to listen to on social media. Why would you get rid of Thomas Tuchel now? Are you dumb? Are you seriously dumb? The guy has just won us the Champions League. We're the freaking champions of Europe. We just had 2 off games, our first 2 off games of the season, and some people want him gone? It's ridiculous. It's mad. We lost to the better team on Saturday, a team, Manchester City, that we know are easily going to be fighting for the Premier League title. And we knew it was going to be tough. As was the Liverpool game at Anfield, as will be the Manchester United game when we face Manchester United in November. I think it's November. It's either November or December, but I know they're going to be the other title candidates, unless a surprise happens. But anyway, some of our fans seriously need to get behind Tuchel because he's a brilliant manager for us. He's turned everything around for us. The guy freaking won us the Champions League, and he was in there for half a season last season. I love the guy to bits. Why would you get rid of him? And it's not just our fans, it's some of the other football fans as well, supporting the other big clubs across the planet. But some of our fans are honestly so deluded, it actually drives me nuts. Anyway, let's continue the stats before I rant even more. The corners taken, Manchester City 13 to Chelsea 4. And then expected goals, Chelsea 0.22 to Manchester City's 1.45. Alonso, Christensen, Rudiger, Laporte and Diaz all get on the book. But what does that tell you? Easily, City easily the better team. And I'll tell you what, they really proved a point against us in that game. They really proved a point that they really are a title candidates to be forced to be reckoned with.
That was Pep Guardiola's 221st victory as Manchester City manager. A club record, and it was probably one of his most impressive. And they were seriously good.
That was as good as City performances I've seen for a long time, Gary. They were superb in every department.
Yeah, they were.
Midfield and attack, and particularly at this, because Chelsea went in with a 3 this time, unlike the Champions League final, 3 midfielders, but they're pressing from the very first minute to the last minute, Manchester City. Not in 1s and 2s, but in 4s and 5s. They did it superbly well. There was just no way out for Chelsea. They couldn't pass it out because of the energy that City had in there and how they did it. So that was the first half. The second half, it didn't change at all. Same thing again. Look, they're not giving them a moment to piece on the ball. And that 5 again were in there. And in the end, they probably had to kick it long. And when they did kick it long, that was no problem either for Man City, because they won that ball as well. Rodri, I thought, was immense and given the protection when he needed to be. So that was the pressing. Defensively, they were superb also. Diaz and Port were brilliant. He could have gone to his right-hand side there, but he didn't. What a last-ditch tackle that is. A superb block. This time it's Kyle Walker to clear it away. That's no problem. So defensively, again, that was superb. And
easily the better team all game. Man City, easily the better team all game.
We've spoken about how good to clear it away. That's no problem. So defensively,
and I know
again,
that
was superb. And particularly second half, creating chances wasn't a problem for them. We've spoken about how good Chelsea are defensively. Well, they didn't look it today because of that. They get a little bit of luck, and Jesus gets his goal. Grealish again, who I thought was excellent. Cozor also
did have a good game.
Down
Grealish.
that side, and this is a
Great game.
save from Mendy. Just touches it around the post. Grealish again.
Mendy literally kept us in the game, despite the fact it was obviously 1-0 to City.
That should be in the back of the net from Jesus again. And this is the last 5 minutes. They're winning. They were relentless. They just didn't stop. Look at them going again. Still no way out for Chelsea. They're still trying, but they just couldn't do it. They win the ball back, and that's another opportunity there that should be in the back of the net. And it was magnificent, Gary, I thought, from Man City. And he was superb, as was his defensive partner. In fact, as well them all. And also Chelsea, the Man City, first time under Tuchel, didn't have a shot on target. Chelsea.
Yeah, that is the first time we haven't had a shot on target under Tuchel. What does that tell you? We knew we were going to have an off day some point, and we've got work to do. And this is what it is so far. Since Thomas Tuchel came in charge for Chelsea, that is the first time we haven't had a shot on target under Thomas Tuchel. Beating the records when we played Tottenham at White Hart Lane on the 4th of February 2021 with 2 on target. Sheffield United at Bramall Lane with 3 in February 2021. Southampton at St Mary's Stadium with 3 February 2021. And Liverpool at Anfield just now, August 2021. 3 shots on target, and that was obviously the match where Reece James got sent off.
Nice to hear that, Micah. Praise, high praise. Yeah, it was a great start to a big week for Manchester City, PSG away and Liverpool away to come. Live football coming your way on Sunday.
But no, honestly, they were superb in every department, and Chelsea have got work to do. Chelsea need to bounce back this weekend. Man City are playing Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday. We play Southampton tomorrow. If we don't beat Southampton tomorrow at Stamford Bridge, then we really have got work to do. Because easily one of Liverpool, Man City can win at Anfield on Sunday. But me being a Chelsea fan, I obviously hope it's a draw. But it can easily go either way. You know how good both of those clubs have been since 2018, 2019, and 2017, 2018, especially the end of 2017, 2018 with Liverpool. So yeah. I guess we move on. That's football for you.
Match of the day 2 features the North London Derby, BBC One at 10:30. Highlights from day 2 of the Ryder Cup coming up midnight on BBC 2. Fever Pitch, the rise of the Premier League, is streaming now on iPlayer. And if you've been watching the golf, the boxing, or just petrol, and Mr. Stark,
I think the next game is Leeds against West Ham. Yeah, it is. It is.
Leeds, who had yet to win, faced the West Ham side that did the double over them last season. Conor McNamara was at Elland Road.
Melier, Shackleton, Cresswell, Cooper, Firpo, Phillips, Dallas, Click, Rafinha, Rodrigo, and Daniel James. Hang on a second. I know Cresswell at West Ham, but I didn't know there was a Cresswell at Leeds United. Now, this is new. Yeah, Charlie Cresswell. He's very young. He's 19 years old. He was born in 2002. He's a youngster. So, yeah, another Cresswell emerges in the Premier League. West Ham's lineup. Fabianski, Sofal, Zuma, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Souček, Rice, Bowen, Fornals, Ben Rama, and Antonio. Here's Bowen taking on Junior Firpo. Antonio. Jared Bowen again. Ben Rama. And here's Antonio! And it's just wide. Relief from Melier. It is a clear sight of goal from Mikel Antonio. Could have easily been 1-0 to West Ham. Ben Rama, Antonio. Antonio saved by Melier. Another shot from West Ham, but another save from Leeds' French youngster in goal, Ilan Melier. Ben Rama having the shot. Going onto Melier's left hand to deflect it away, save it. Daniel James takes on Sofal, but Declan Rice wins the ball off Daniel James, only to get dispossessed by Matus Click. Here's Dallas. Could have been a goal to Leeds, but it hit the fingertips of Fabianski. That's a brilliant save by Fabianski. Rafinha has a go, but it goes straight to Fabianski. I mean, this game's been end-to-end so far as well.
2 goals in the Premier League already this season for Rafinha. Scored against Newcastle. Against Everton as well last month.
So foul. Zuma. Now Rodrigo wins it for Leeds. Rafinha has a go, and it is 1-0 to Leeds United. Rafinha's 5th Premier League goal from outside the box, assisted by Click. It's 1-0 to the Whites. And it is a big mistake by Thomas Souček that causes it. Loses the ball to Rodrigo, who passes it to Click, who then passes it to Rafinha. And Rafinha, first touch, bang, goal, bottom left. And that's a shame for Thomas Souček because he has been one of West Ham's most reliable players recently and one of their best from last season. Leeds 1, West Ham 0. And here is Rodrigo again for Leeds. Blocked by Aaron Cresswell. Rafinha has another go. Could have made it 2, but he hits the post. Could have doubled Leeds' lead then.
He took a lovely touch here to steady himself. Rafinha, watch this. Just had the look, picked his spot, inches away.
Here is Fornals, saved by Meslier. And both players go down. Second half. Jack Harrison comes on for Daniel James. Free kick to West Ham. (1-1). A howler for Meslier and a redemption goal from Thomas Souček. West Ham have equalised. Meslier still down. This could be disallowed because of the collision with Meslier from Antonio. The goal's been disallowed. The goal has been disallowed. Mikel Antonio impeding Ilan Meslier. It stays 1-0 to Leeds. Not quite the redemption equaliser by Thomas Souček after his howler that caused Rafinha to score the first goal for Leeds. Rodrigo. Now Rafinha. Taking on Declan Rice. Into Click. And just wide. And the Polish internationals thinking, how the hell did I miss that? Leeds carving through the West Ham defence. 67 minutes into the game. So foul. Bowen. And it's a deflection from Leeds. It's 1-1. Own goal from Junior Firpo. And West Ham do get their equaliser. Firpo can't believe it. The new signing from Barcelona that Leeds have just signed. And he has just given West Ham the equaliser. Bowen plays it in and deflected from Firpo, and it is 1-1. Good save there by Meslier. Oh. Tyler Roberts comes on for Rafinha. Vlasic comes on for Fornals. It's still 1-1 at Ellen Road. Antonio can make it 2-1, and he has. What a finish. Consistency after consistency after consistency. Declan Rice's assist puts it into Mikel Antonio, who strikes it in. And he has surely won the game for West Ham. One of the most prolific players so far this season. And what a finish by the winning goal by Mikel Antonio. And it ends Leeds 1, West Ham 2.
I feel as if we were capable of scoring. But once we'd gone 1-0 down, I was more concerned that, you're always liable against Leeds State. You can see it again because of the way they play.
And if you were to get a chance in the 90th minute to win the game, that's the guy you wanted to fall to?
Well, I wouldn't have said that in his performance today, but I've got to say that, look, that's what centre forwards do. You can miscontrol it, it can bobble off your leg, but if you're there to score the win in the 90th minute, that's what makes you special and makes you centre forward.
Creo que de haber empatado el resultado no hubiera sido injusto.
Had the game been a draw, it wouldn't have been unfair.
Pero evidentemente todo nuestro sacrificio no cristalizó.
Evidently, all of our sacrifice didn't crystallize.
You were never going to miss that. Yeah, I was never in doubt, to be fair. When it opened up for me, 1v1, I got the whole goal to pick from. I always believe that I'll score, especially the form I am now at 16-6. Let's keep going. Let's keep scoring.
Absolutely. You'd like to see your name at the top of those goal-scoring charts in the Premier League.
Definitely. Well, hopefully it could be the end of the season.
Well done today. Thanks very much. Cheers. Thanks.
Before we go to the Lineker and the pundits, I just want to see the quick stats.
Chance in the 90th minute to win the game. That's the guy you wanted to fall to.
Well, I wouldn't have said that in his performance today, but I've got to
54% possession to 46, 15 attempts to 20, 5 on target to 7, 5 corners to 7, 1.06 expected goals to 2.17. Rafinha, Meslier, Tyler Roberts, Pablo Fornals and Antonio all get on the book.
Definitely. Hopefully it could be the end of the season.
Well done today. Thanks very much. Cheers. Thanks.
Love that confidence. Very refreshing. Thoroughly entertaining game. As per from Leeds. And as
Another entertaining game. Every game has been so entertaining, apart from the Chelsea City game so far.
Exactly that. Leeds did have some injuries. Striker, Lorente, Koch, and Ayling. Charlie Cresswell had a really good game today. But as a unit, it's just not working. If you see this first clip here, Firpo will just come into your picture here. He's playing left back. He's gone one-on-one.
And there goes the title. Leeds, let it slip. Don't remind Steven Gerrard that word, that's for sure.
Leeds like to do the one-on-one all over the pitch. But he stays there. He leaves massive space.
Or John Terry.
And Bowen's by himself. Cooper doesn't want to be isolated 1 versus 1 out there, but he tries to get in a position and he ends up just getting an own goal. He's not doing anything there, really. This is later on in the game. They've got 8 players forward, gambling, when sometimes you just have to see out a result. They're almost shooting themselves in the foot every single time. They get the warning on this one. Antonio, they've got a couple of good the season. On this occasion, they got lucky. They managed to get back, but not on the next angle. Antonio starts it here. Again, not strong enough to win it in midfield. And look at the amount of space Declan Rice has got. He keeps going and going. Young Shackleton makes a decision to go. And Antonio, with the form that he's in, is always going to score. And Leeds in this game today, they played so well. Menier was excellent.
Yeah, he did have a good game, didn't he? He had a great game, Melier, despite losing to West Ham. The most shots faced so far in the Premier League this season, after 6 games. Leeds are top on 112. Second is Newcastle on 108. Third is Burnley on 102. Fourth is Norwich on 97. And fifth is Leicester on 96.
They face all these shots, the most in the Premier League. And inevitably, you're going to concede goals if you play like that.
What a brilliant centre forward Antonio has turned into.
Agreed.
5 goals, 4
What a
assists,
player.
25 games because he had his.
For me, striker of the season so far. And Mikel Antonio. Striker of the season so far. Fantastic player. Very underrated player.
Suspension. I think 10's the most he's had ever in the Premier League, so 5 already. He's going to smash it.
Everton had lost at home to the team promoted as championship winners in each of the last 3 seasons. That run included Norwich 2 years ago. Daniel Farke's team were back at Goodison Park, having lost all 5 matches so far. Martin Fisher was watching.
Everton Norwich at Goodison Park.
It's already looking grim for Norwich, and we're still in September. Searching for positives, not only did their last away win in the Premier League come here, so too their best ever victory in the competition. 5-1 on this very day 28 years ago.
Everton's lineup: Pickford, Godfrey, Mina, Keane, Dean, Decore, Alan, Iwobi, Townsend, Rondon and Damari Gray. Norwich: Krul, Aarons, Kabak, Hanley, Gibson, Williams, Lees Melu, Norman, McLean, Sargent, Pookie. God, they read that out so quickly. There's actually one thing I want to quickly check first for Norwich. I just realised they signed Ozan Kabak on loan from Schalke. The man that signed on loan from Liverpool. No, the man that went to Liverpool on loan from Schalke last season. Fair play to Norwich for signing him, though. Even though I didn't highly rate him that much when he was at Liverpool.
But a boosted by the return of Jordan Pickford ahead of schedule after his shoulder problem. Norwich have called up Ben Gibson and Pierre Lees-Melu as they switch to 5 at the back. An opportunity to bounce back and climb for Everton. A chance just to get started for Norwich.
Pretty much, yeah. September, they're already struggling. Here is Decore for Everton, meanwhile. Gives it to Iwobi on the left. Into Damari Gray. Tame from Andros Townsend, and it's straight to Tim Krul. Here's Luca Dean. Iwobi. Alan goes down. Everton look for the penalty. They're checking with VAR. Norwich feel they were innocent. But I think this... And it is a penalty to Everton. Foul by Ozan Kabak. And it's Andros Townsend who's going to score it. Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison are both not even playing. 1-0 Everton. Fired in from the penalty area by Andros Townsend. 29 minutes in, and the Toffees are 1-0 up against the Canaries.
Has a reputation for saving penalty kicks, of course. This time at the World Cup 2014, sent the wrong way. Everton 1, Norwich 0.
And a second half already for these two teams.
Too much of that. Aaron steps in. And now Norwich might get a chance through Temo Pukki.
Here is Pukki.
Stopped by Mina.
Not quite stopped by Yerry Mina, though. He does pass it.
Nice feed from him. Good shot too.
Oh, good shot, but Pickford saves it amazingly.
It's Norman, not known as a goal scorer, but twice now he has at least hit it towards goal. The second effort brings the best out of Jordan Pickford. A little warning there for Everton.
Max Aarons.
Succeeded, he's done very well. He's earned his side a free kick. It's going to be a yellow card as well for the Everton captain here. It's the first time that Max Aarons has.
And it's a yellow card to Luca Dean. And yeah, shirt pull, deservedly so. Free kick to Norwich.
Situation is scores a corner for Norwich. Playing to take it. He missed it. So too, Gibson and Brad Henley just behind him. Just couldn't control the header. I think he was expecting Mina to miss it, if truth be told, and swings off the side of his head well wide. But Parker knows that those kind of opportunities present themselves. Norwich have to take them.
Kabak and Norman come off. Rashika and Solis come on. Can Norwich find a way through to equalise? They have got a corner, but Luca Dean complains that it wasn't a handball from him. Close. But it is a free kick to Norwich. That was a shocking free kick. It's absolutely nowhere. And Daniel Farker, understandably furious with that. Gordon comes on for Andros Townsend. Here's Alan. Now Damari Gray. Into Decore. It's 2-0. Calm as you like. The assist from Damari Gray. And that was as calm as you like from Everton. And it is 2-0 to the blue half of Merseyside against the yellow and green of East Anglia. Here at Goodison Park. Assisted by Damari Gray, using the ball wisely, and then just calm and cool as you like of a finish from Decore. And it is 2-0 to Everton, and that is the end of the match.
This game today had more or less 4 points. The first was a goal, and the VAR decision. Second was also that Gibson missed a 100% chance anyhow, and we were 1-0 down. Third point was Lucas Digne was given a yellow red card in the second half, and the fourth point then we had the unnecessary loss of the ball before the second goal with the counter. Then the game was done.
We had a penalty shootout during the week. I scored mine and took my opportunity. I think Dimmy wanted it, so as soon as I saw on the screen that they were going to VAR, I grabbed the ball just in case. And thankfully, there was no argument from Dimmy, and I was able to swat it away and send us off to a good victory.
But at the moment, we are 3 points behind our plan. That's not great. We're not dancing on the table, but it's also not the moment where we raise the white flag. So we'll keep going, and we have still have a chance also to play proper season and also to achieve our targets.
Yeah, I think it's important to realize that we have Simons, Andre Gomez, Giramine, and two strikers, so we are missing them. So the rest of the players have to work even harder, and really happy to see them scoring goals, giving assists, and then working so hard.
Well, it certainly works. Everton have won their first 3 home matches.
Right, anyway. Let's see the stats.
Anyhow, we were 1-0 down. Third point was Lucas Digne was given a yellow red card in the second half, and the fourth point.
47% possession to 53, 11 attempts to 10, 4 on target to 2, 6 corners to 4, 1.99 expected goals to 0.67. Dean, Gordon, Kabak, Lees Mello, and Williams, Brandon Williams, all got on the book. To be honest, looking at the stats and judging by Norwich's start of the season, that's actually not too bad from them. But they seriously need to at least now get a point or get a win. It's now been 6 games and they have had absolutely nothing so far this season. Nil point.
So the rest of the players had to work even harder and really happy to see them all doing assist and looking so hard.
Certainly were. Everton have won their first 3 home matches for the first time since 1989. And after talked about injuries, their players need to step up. You thought Decore really.
Exactly that. He really has developed. We've seen the Corey that was at Watford. I mean, he's breaking lines. He's very comfortable. You know, when a midfielder drives like this, it's very difficult for another midfielder to get close to him because he's got that power. He's very intelligent as well, but he makes runs into the box. Very difficult to.
I thought Decore had a brilliant game today.
20 yards, 30 yards. He's got that in his locker as well. I just thought his all-round game, his tick-attack, his one-touch, two-touch. But look at him here. He runs into that space. He drags people out with him as well. A little bit cheeky here. Goes for a Megs. It wasn't meant to be. He's in a great position. Get off the ball here. But don't play a simple ball. He goes and he wants to get the ball back. It didn't happen on that occasion. Good defensive position there, but then takes it into attacking position. Little burst of pace, and the finish is.
Yeah, that was so sublime. That finish was from Decore.
Really stepped up there.
Yeah, he had a great game. I completely agree. Right. So this is Decore's stats, actually, for Everton. Games played, 29 last season. So far, he's played 6. How many goals did he have last season? 2. How many has he scored already this season after 6 games? 2. Minutes per goal, 1,226 from all of last season. 6 games this season, 270. Assists, 3 from all of last season. Assists this season after 6 games, 3. He's had such an impressive start to this season's campaign. Minutes per assist, 817 for the whole of last season. 180 for the whole of this season so far, 6 games. And minutes per shot, 136 throughout all of last season. 6 games into this season, only end of September, 54. That just goes to show that if he continues like this, then Decore is going to have a much better season this season than his last season. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's from his stats there. He's much more attacking this season.
Yeah, very much so. Daniel Farke wasn't very happy, certainly with a couple of decisions, including the VAR for the penalty.
I'm putting a hoodie on. I'm cold. Hang on. Oh, that'll do. Okay. I look disgusting.
But I don't know why not. I mean, you just get booted. So far, come back on Alan. This one, I sort of understand. You had been booked before. The can't do anything because it would have been another yellow card, so can't do anything with that. So I understand him complaining about that decision, but not the penalty. The penalty over certainly a process. Leicester get booted.
Let me have a look at this again.
On Alan. This one, Daniel Farke wasn't very happy, certainly with a couple of decisions, including the VAR for the penalty. But I don't know why not. I mean,
that is a penalty, though, all day long. It was clumsy from Ozan Kabak.
Get booted.
However,
this one, I sort of understand.
To be honest, though, I understand Luca D one because that was a handball. And he had been booked as well. Yeah, to be fair to Norwich, to be fair to Daniel Farke, despite the fact that Everton were the better team today, scoreline proves that. Anyway, even though Norwich didn't play that bad, I didn't think. However, I agree with Daniel Farke and with Norwich for this. That was a handball from Luca Dean. He was already on a yellow. And it looked like an intentional block as well, I reckon, in my opinion. And let me have a look at this again.
This one, I sort of understand. You had been booked before, and they can't do anything because it would have been another yellow card, so they can't do anything.
Just the way that looks, though.
I don't know why not. I mean, he did get booted.
So I'll come back on Alan. This one, I sort of understand. You had been booked before, and they can't do anything because it would have been another yellow card.
No, I want to see where he puts his arms before, Dean.
This one, I sort of understand. You had been booked before, and they can't do anything because it would have been another.
Yeah, he completely blocks himself before it even touches his hand, and yeah, that is a handball. I can see why Farke's frustrated that, and to be honest, he was already on the yellow second. Yeah, he should have been sent off. I completely understand Farke for that. Everton should have been down to 10 men. Luca Dean should have been sent off. But as for the penalty, ridiculous. That was no way something Daniel Farke should complain about, because that was a clear penalty to Everton.
I understand him complaining about that decision, but not the penalty.
So yeah, once again, I agree with Alan Shearer.
Leicester lost their last 2 in the league. Burnley sat second from bottom with just 1 point from 5 games. Mark Scott was at the King Power Stadium.
Right, Leicester Burnley at the King Power. Schmeichel, Ricardo Pereira, Soyuncu, Vestergaard, Bertrand, Tielemans, Ndidi, Samare, Lookman, Vardy, Harvey Barnes. Burnley, Pope, Lowton, Tarkowski, me, Taylor, McNeil, Brownhill, Westwood, Cornet, Chris Wood, and Vidra. And here is Ademola Lookman taking on Charlie Taylor. Leicester have a chance. Some block there by Lowton to deny Leicester the goal. Here's Pereira. Tielemans. And Vardy misses it. Could have easily been 1-0 to Leicester. Vardy with an absolute sitter. Looks like it was going in, and then the header goes up. Cornet tries to fizz it in. Leicester block it though. It's a corner to Burnley.
Westwood to deliver.
1-0. 1-0 to the Clarets. It's an own goal from Jamie Vardy, of all people. The corner from Burnley touches Jamie Vardy's head and it goes in the back of the net. Vardy's first ever own goal for Leicester in 360 appearances. And it's against bloody Burnley, as Mark Goldbridge would say. Vardy tries to clear it, but it goes in the back of the net. That's the first own goal I've ever seen Jamie Vardy have, and it is 1-0 to Burnley. How unlike Jamie Vardy. Pereira trying to make amends. Same with Vardy after the own goal. Tielemans. Into Vardy. Can he make amends? Yes, he can. Calm as you like. And it's 1-1. Vardy is the first Leicester player to score a Premier League goal at both ends, assisted by Yuri Tillemans. And Vardy straight away makes amends, and it is 1-1 already. Ashley Westwood into Vidra, taking on Vestergaard. Cornet, what a goal! What a volley! Absolute cracker. And Burnley turn it around immediately. They retake the lead. That's got to be another one of the goals of September. What a volley by Cornet. That's outstanding, and no chance for Schmeichel. What a way to get your first goal for your new club. And Burnley immediately hit back in front. Into Cornet again. Tell you what, it's been a terrific performance from Burnley here at the King Power so far. They should be 3-1 up, Burnley. Ricardo Pereira, like the commentator said, nowhere to be seen. Oh, if he goes off injured, that's just going to be awful. That's honestly gutting, that is. Oh, what a game he was having. Only to come off from it for injury. That's just so gutting. And one of the goals of the season, I reckon, so far with that volley. And Cornet has to make way for Johan Berg Gudmundsson. Not even half-time. Gutting for Cornet. Pereira and Samare, meanwhile, come off for Castagna and Iheanacho for Leicester. Here is Ndidi. Now Harvey Barnes. On to Ryan Bertrand. Down goes Timothy Castagna after a collision with Dwight McNeil. I don't think that's a penalty, personally. And the referee says play on. Now Ademola Lookman makes way for James Maddison, while Vidra makes way for Ashley Barnes, the other Barnes. Meanwhile, Jamie Vardy could make it 2-2, which he does. Of course he delivers once again. Vardy's 7th goal in 7 Premier League games, assisted by his striker partner, Kelechi Iheanacho. And this match has literally been Jamie Vardy 2, Burnley 2. It's Leicester 2, Burnley 2. Another goal from Vardy. And easily finished. No way for Nick Pope, the Burnley goalkeeper. Burnley free kick. But Ndidi's just given it away to Gudmundsson. Here is Gudmundsson again. Is he going to have a go? No, he's not. Oh, and it's 3-2, but I think he's offside. I think Chris Wood is offside. I think that, although that might win the game for Burnley yet. Disastrous defending from Leicester. Chris Wood's header. I think he's offside. He is offside. That's just unlucky. That is so unlucky. I thought he'd be offside, but you know what? If I was a referee, I probably would have given that. It was just his toe. That's just so gutting. And this time, unlike last time where Leicester should have had a point against Brighton and they got robbed, this time I think Burnley got robbed for a victory here against Leicester. They were terrific today at the King Power, Burnley were. Jamie Vardy, in my opinion, carried Leicester today. But the final score ends 2-2 in the East Midlands.
Side are relieved to come away with a point thanks to Jamie Vardy's double.
Playing well, feeling comfortable. And now these results will come and keep performing well like we have been doing. Another point on the board and Monday next week.
High margins as well because it's just offside, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it back, but that's what I was there for. Yeah. I was more concerned with the second one, actually. I think Young was foul on the far side, right from the linesman. No foul. No safety breaks, and then it's in our net. So I think them two are so off this. I don't know how they're not good.
How much of a concern is the defence at the moment? Because it looks a bit shaky at times. Are you missing Johnny Evans?
Yeah, no, it's as a team. I think that's fundamentally. You'll only attack well and create well if you can defend well. And for us, we need to work even harder in terms of our defending. Obviously, the problem now is there's very little time to get that work in, but there's absolutely no doubt we as a team we need to defend better because obviously that's the basis of your work.
Indeed,
Yeah, I thought Burnley were terrific that game. Let's have a look at the match stats though before we get to Lineker. 67% possession to 33, 22 attempts to 9, 5 on target to 3, 8 corners to 3, 2.10 expected goals to 0.43. Vestergaard, Harvey Barnes, Cornet, Westwood, Goodmanson and Tarkowski all get on the book. And just to remind you, when I talk about the stats, I say the home side first, the away side second. And yeah, after that performance, didn't play bad. Vardy literally rescued Leicester, but I think they've got work to do if they want to have another solid season.
Obviously, the problem now is there's very little time to get that work in, but there's absolutely no doubt we as a team we need to defend better because obviously that's the basis of the work.
Indeed, I suppose if you're not defending well, Alan, it helps to have someone called Jamie Vardy on your side, although he did have something of a mixed day.
Yeah, 3 times he found the net. He won't thank us for showing his own goal, but I thought he was absolutely superb. His energy, his movement, just a couple of freshness and what goal that is. That should be in the back of the net, so he won't be happy with that one. He won't be happy with this one. I just think his body position is wrong there. He should be side on, attacking the ball rather than with his back to goal. But there's not many people better at doing that. They're running in behind, timing it, and then finishing off. Exactly the same thing again. His awareness here to have a look where the goalkeeper is. Where is he from the goalkeeper? But he knows where he is, and he does exactly that. Sticks it past him. Keeper's got no chance. Thank you very much with his left foot. So he's as sharp as ever, Gary. 5 goals. I mean, joint top scorer with Antonio and Salah.
Indeed. Burnley can't seem to hold on to a lead. Yeah, they've been ahead in 4 of the 6 games and dropped 10 points from winning positions. But if one man can sort out nice games, not too worried.
He's got a track record, that's for sure. Watford versus Newcastle, so Australian Jared.
Right. Round fixture 7 of round 6. Watford against Newcastle at Vicarage Road. This is where my Southampton Solent sports broadcasting course mate Matty from the Magpie channel, big shout out to him, went to watch the game. He's obviously a die-hard Toons supporter.
Jared Gillett become the first non-British or Irish referee to take charge of the Premier League game, home or away. Robin Cowan was at Vicarage Road.
Watford start Ben Foster, Cycling GK, Feminier, Trusticon, Cathcart and Danny Rose, Kuka Sissoko, Ismail Assar, Tom Cleverley, Emmanuel Dennis and Josh King up front. Newcastle, Darlow, Manquillo, Hayden, Fernandez, Clark, Ritchie, Jolinto, oh fuck's sake, I've lost track. Yeah, Federico Fernandez, of course, in defence for Newcastle. Darlow, Manquillo, Hayden, Federico Fernandez, Clark, Ritchie, Almiron Willock, Sean Longstaff, Joe Linton, and Alan Saint-Maximin. Newcastle already lose the ball. And here is Josh King. Into Emmanuel Dennis, but saved twice by Carl Darlow. Brilliant saves by Carl Darlow there from both of them to deny Watford taking an early lead. Corner for Newcastle as Steve Bruce anxiously watches on. And Ben Foster keeps it out. Federico Fernandez headers it. Tries to get it in. As Ant and Dec are watching their beloved Newcastle United. Here's Saint Maximin. Willock has a go, but it's deflected. But it is a corner to Newcastle. Saint Maximin. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Sean Longstaff. An absolute screamer. His 8th career goal from outside the box. And that was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Assisted by Alan Saint Maximin. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. No chance for Ben Foster. But that is a brilliant... Oh, he did get a fingertip to it, though. But it is 1-0 to the Toon. Watford have work to do. Ismail Assar has a go, but it goes straight to Darlow. Zisco watches on nervously. Willock goes down. Not quite a penalty, but that is definitely a yellow card. That's so late. Jesus Christ. No question, that's definitely a yellow card. But it was very close to being a penalty. It was outside the box. Meanwhile, here's Saint Maximin. Is he going to make it 2 against Ben Foster? He goes past Ben Foster, but goes down. And then the man who scored for Newcastle, Sean Longstaff, hits it over and denies doubling Newcastle's lead. Cleverly and Cooker come off. João Pedro and Tufan come on to Watford. Newcastle have another go, and now here's Joe Linton. Saved by Foster. Feminier comes off Ngakia. Here's Joe Willock. Another save by Ben Foster. Corner to Watford. Header in. Equalised by Ismail Assar. Guess who? His 8th goal in last 11 league apps. No one else but Ismail Assar once again delivers for the Hornets. And here in Hertfordshire, we are back on level terms. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Dennis comes off for Itobo. Murphy comes on for Almiron. And that was close from Kieran Clark with his header into the right side of the goal. Gale comes on now for Willock. Oh, But those two better make sure going into trouble there. But it play on. Here's Musa Sissoko. And it's in. It's 2-1. Tapped in by Josh King after Carl Darlow's original save. And Watford look like they have won it right at the end. Oh, VAR are checking it. I think this could be offside. Josh King is offside. And now, can Newcastle get a winner? No, straight to Foster. Dreadful finish from Murphy. Now Watford have a go and Josh King has missed it. And that's it. Watford 1, Newcastle 1. Watford fans furious with the offside decision. Now let's see what the managers have to say.
There goes Newcastle's opportunity for a first win of the season. How are you, Steve, after that, especially the final 5-10 minutes or so?
Well, it should never have got to that. I think it should have been put out the side before then, if I'm being honest. But if you don't take your chances at this level, you can't come here and dominate the way we did and create the chances we had and miss them the way we did. And we nearly got punished for it in the end, which would have been totally unjust, in my opinion.
I'm disappointed, but because the last actions, I think the last actions, we were very hard in sometimes moment of the games, and in the last 10 minutes we give a big chance for them, and I think we can give this, and we need to learn quickly about these situations.
We had more chances and felt like a basketball game, back and forth, back and forth. But I think both clubs should be happy with the point.
We've had a lot of good chances. Obviously, Mayfield at the end, probably the best finisher at the club. And I think if we could have picked anyone to be in that position at that time, it would have been him. On another day, we'd score 3 or 4, and we're walking away saying how good we were and how dominant we were. But it's something that we can take lots of positives from going forward.
Well, every game.
Right, and there we are. The stats, on the other hand, as we have a look.
But if you don't take your chances at this level, you can't come here.
52% possession to 48, 15 attempts to 20, 4 on target to 6, 5 corners to 6, 0.73 expected goals to 2.14. Dennis, Trusticon, Danny Rose, Cathcart, Manquillo, Ritchie and Darlow all get on the book. And that was a very intense, and I'm going to be honest, yet another entertaining game. Every game has been entertaining so far, except for Chelsea, Man City, and Everton, Norwich.
But you know what I mean, in terms of the overall entertainment. But Newcastle had their chances, Alan, and all we heard were constant screams from in the office today of exasperation.
Yeah, they should have scored at least 5, and that's no exaggeration. Starting off with Willock, and that's a bit of a half chance, but the rest of them now are really good chances. Clark this time, good ball in. That should be in the back of the net. He's free in there. This one you'd expect from San Maximan to put in there. The keeper Foster gets a little touch. He still puts it there for Longstaff. It's just behind him. He's stretching. That should also. Almiron takes a pot shot from 25 yards, and it falls to Joe Linton. If he's got any confidence at all, he hits that first time. He takes a touch. That gives the keeper then another chance to set himself. He hits his leg. Willock again. Much better opportunity. 1v1. Another very good save from Foster. But this was the worst of the lot. I mean, I can't tell you what I said. Probably wouldn't have a job if I did, but I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there.
Just said it very loudly.
I did. Just put your foot through it and put it in the back of the net, and that would have been so important. 3 points.
First team, Alan, to fail to win any of their first 6 games of the Premier League season as many as 6 occasions.
All right, don't be on the negative side. We created lots of chances.
All right.
We've had a good show.
Watford too played their part.
Yeah, they've got 7 points from 6 games now. Sarr was class. He's had 4 goals this season.
I mean, he is just a world-class player in general, isn't it? Isn't he, Ismail Sarr? Literally, that game was basically Ismail Sarr versus Alan Saint-Maximin. Who prevailed? Neither of them.
Micah, thank you very much. Alan, thank you too. Cheer up. Before we go, let's have a look at the Premier League table.
Well, we're down to 3rd after that.
Chelsea lost at home to Manchester City.
But there's still 3 games to come.
United slipped to 4th, while Everton are now 5th after beating Norwich. That defeat for the Canaries leaves them still pointless at the foot of the table.
Jesus, they're already on -14 for goal difference. The next nearest is Leeds on -8. Could be another repeat season for Norwich. They're relegated immediately.
Back page headlines. It's just the Sunday Express tonight, and their sports section splashes on what was a bad day at the office for Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Well, that's it on the day that Courtney brought the house down at Old Trafford.
Right, on to match of the day 2. So we have watched 7 games out of 10 so far. There's 3 to go. Southampton Wolves, the match I went to at St Mary's Stadium. Arsenal Tottenham, the North London derby, and the M23 derby on Monday night, the night while I was ill and couldn't watch the game. I didn't because I was ill. Crystal Palace against Brighton. Anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Good evening. We'll bring the curtain down.
Not Mark Chapman.
Weekend of sport with highlights from 2 games.
Keown and Ginas.
Plus yesterday's goals and drama.
That is drama, isn't it, already? Keown and Ginas, Arsenal man and Tottenham man on the same show after their derby.
It is, of course, Derby Day in North London, and I'm pleased to say Jermaine Ginas and Martin Keown are on their best behaviour for now. Southampton Wolves to come, but we start with Arsenal Spurs. This game used to be all about the race for the top 4, but probably no longer.
Now, before they show this promo, which I actually can't wait to see what the video editing's like, I watched this game as well, but at the pub in Southampton straight after the Southampton Wolves game. And then, yeah, that I was watching it at the pub. The pub was so crowded. It was at Grapes in Southampton. And I just became ill as soon as I finished watching that. And it did not feel good at all. But I have seen the match, so I know what to expect. Yeah, they haven't been performing as well, have they? Arsenal and Tottenham recently compared to Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City and Liverpool.
Terrible goal for Arsenal to concede.
No intensity. It needs improvement. It needs to do more.
Easy peasy lemon squeezing. Arsenal looked like the team that at best was in mid-table.
Don't know what the tactics were, but it's quite quiet.
Absolutely steamrolled by their hosts.
Disastrous, shambolic, worst start to the season since 1954.
Crystal Palace here and thrashed Tottenham 3-0. They have thrashed them.
They lack wit, they lack creativity in midfield, and Harry is trying to do all of that.
And it deflects off Dyer and it's in. Harry Kane and Tottenham simply did not get a look in. It is back-to-back defeats in the league for Tottenham.
To the Emirates then, and the derby, neither club nor its supporters dare lose. Commentary comes from
Mikel versus Nuno. This is one of the most exciting fixtures in the North London derby. No, idiots. In the Premier League, in English football. There is usually goals after goals in the North London derby as well. And these are two teams Chelsea have huge rivals with as well. Anyway. Arsenal's team: Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Xhaka, Partey, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe and Aubameyang. Tottenham's team: Lloris, Tanganga, Reguilon, Davinson Sanchez, Dyer, Ali, Højbjerg and Ndombele, Lucas Moura, Son and Harry Kane.
Christian Romero and Giovanni Lo Celso all back on the bench. Before the start, a really nice Arsenal touch to honour one of their rivals' biggest legends,
Jimmy Greaves, yeah. What a legend, honestly, what a legend.
Special matches. Towson's first whistle. All of the players take a knee.
Tell you what though, two big games this weekend though, just gone, Chelsea, Man City and then Arsenal, Tottenham. Here's Son, taking on Tierney.
Son has managed to get some sort of shot towards goal. Dribbled wide, he was then flagged offside. Always looked to have been offside when he took possession from Dele Alli's flick. Only one of the last 10 Spurs bosses.
Ben White.
First North London derby. That was Jose Mourinho. 10 of those who have come before Nuno have experienced their first one away from home. Only one was won. Peter Shreve back in 1985. Tierney.
Aubameyang having a go. And Lloris saves it. The first save from either of the two goalkeepers. But the flag was up against Aubameyang, so it would have been offside, even if it went in anyway. Xhaka, Odegaard. Odegaard has some options, but he goes to Saka on the right, who takes on the Tottenham defence. Takes on Reguilon. Crosses it in and tapped in beautifully by Emil Smith Rowe, and the Gunners take the lead against Spurs. What a start to the red half of North London. Emil Smith Rowe. The two Arsenal Academy players creating the goal. Assisted by Saka, scored by Smith Rowe, and that is one delighted Mikel Arteta with that. And it is 1-0 to Arsenal. Pressure on Tottenham. Now Aubameyang. But it goes into Reguilon, who loses it to Saka. Odegaard. Saka. That's a very good save by Lloris, as Thomas Partey struck that brilliantly. This has been a lightning start for Arsenal so far. And there is Arsenal's one of their main legends, Thierry Henry, watching the game. But Son wins it for Spurs. Does he have other ideas? And can he get Tottenham back in the game? He does have a shot, though. It's saved by Ramsdale. Ramsdale nearly makes a mistake, but it goes to Xhaka. Tierney. Aubameyang. Now Emil Smith-Rowe taking on the Tottenham defence, running past Davinson Sanchez, and he passes it to Aubameyang, the man who scored, then assists, and it goes into a goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 2-0 to Arsenal. Delight from the Gooners fans. As Xhaka won the ball. Yeah, I just thought he won the ball, to be honest. Smith-Rowe's assist. Aubameyang scores. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. And Ndombele. Kane loses it to Thomas Partey. And now here's Odegaard. Now Emil Smith-Rowe crosses it to Saka on the right, who takes on the Tottenham defence, taking on Eric Dyer. Dazzling pass, Eric Dyer. It's 3-0 to Arsenal. What a fantastic performance by Bukayo Saka. An unbelievable first half from Arsenal and an unbelievably embarrassing first half from Tottenham. Arsenal are in a class of their own this first half, and the 3-0 scoreline just shows that. Another shocking display from Tottenham, and look at that for the celebration from Saka. And it was Kane that lost the ball. Look at the space that Saka has. Kane is desperately getting back to help out, but Eric Dyer just couldn't get it at all. Saka dazzles past the Tottenham defence, gets it past Lloris. A delighted Mikel Arteta. It's 3-0 to Arsenal, and this is easily, for me, been Arsenal's best performance of the season so far, judging from already by that first half. Some of the Tottenham fans have had enough already. Tanganga, blocked by Thomas Partey. Sorry, by Gabriel. Here's a corner to Tottenham. And it is Son who's taken it. In my opinion, the only one that's made an impression for Tottenham so far. But Kane has a go. It goes wide. But that is Tottenham's first proper big chance of the entire game. And that was the end of the first half. Ali and Tanganga come off for Skip and Emerson Royale. But here is Saka for Arsenal. Emil Smith-Rowe. Here's Odegaard. Tries to look for Aubameyang, but what a block that is there from Tottenham. But Arsenal are protesting. He does look onside. And that's why Arsenal were complaining, because of Davinson Sanchez toppling over Gabriel, but Davinson Sanchez did clear the ball away. But that's why Arsenal were protesting to the referee that they should have had something there gone their way. Lucas Moura for Tottenham. Oliver Skip. Højbjerg. Kane goes down as Tottenham look for a penalty. It is in the box as well when Kane goes down. But they haven't got a penalty, Tottenham. The referee says no. Here's Son. Dyer. Crosses it to Kane. Has a go, and it's wide. Still cannot get a goal against Arsenal today. And not even a single goal for the whole season yet today. Davinson Sanchez. Ndombele comes off for Brian Gill. Skip. Lucas Moura. Højbjerg. Brian Gill. His son. Tottenham do get a goal back. Assisted by Sergio Reguilon, but Tottenham need 2 more to get back in the game. Come on, says Heung-min Son. But Spurs do get a goal back against their fiercest rivals. Ramsdale's hand not strong enough to keep it out. Xhaka, Saka and Smith Rowe come off for Sambi, Maitland-Niles and Tavares. Lucas Moura, Højbjerg, Brian Gill, and Sambi Lokonga has been booked. Free kick to Tottenham. Son takes it quickly. Here's Lucas Moura. Tries to fizz it in, but they go straight to Arsenal. Lucas Moura versus Aubameyang, but Lucas Moura has it. Ramsdale tries to save it. It does hit the bar, but Ramsdale's fuming with the Arsenal defence for that, as Spurs nearly had a second. Brilliant glove to the ball by Aaron Ramsdale. Stoppage time, and that's it. A terrific win. A terrific win for Arsenal. Easily their best performance of the season so far. And that is 3 wins out of 3 in September for Mikel Arteta. He has surely saved his job for a while. He's been under so much pressure. Full time, Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1.
Winning so much, but I don't think I've ever seen you as happy after a win as that. Is that about right?
Yes, because I think in life you have to show gratitude. And when we have difficult moments and adversity and criticism, these people stood by this club and our players. And it's our way today to say thank you so much, and this is for them.
Is it quite emotional in a way to hear that after all this time?
Very, because when externally there are a lot of things happening and you are trying to rebuild a project and you believe you are trying to do the right things, then the results they come in and you have difficulties, you have to stay by your values. And we kept the people together internally in the club, and now we are creating a connection with our supporters.
Just over 50 games into your Arsenal career, you've had some pretty good days. Is this the best yet?
100%, you know, it's really the best day of my life so far. Winning another North London derby at home and, you know, scoring in front of my family up there, you know, it's the best feeling ever, you know.
What was the plan for the game? And going behind early, did you have to change things very early on?
No, the game plan, we had the game plan. We were not able to execute it the right way. And my decisions according to the game plan was not the good ones.
Are you saying it was your decisions and you're taking full ownership of that?
It's us. I believe that the game plan was good. Credit to Arsenal because they were stronger, they were faster than us, they were more aggressive, and we were not able to control the possession of the ball. We lost too many duels, but the responsibility is mine. Of course, it has to be mine. And what I'm focused on is to make the right decisions and work and get it right.
Yes, well, we'll talk about Spurs in just a moment.
Right, let's just have a look at the stats then.
And our players, and it's our way today to say thank you so much. And
47% possession to 53, 12 attempts to 10, 7 on target to 4, 4 goals to 4, 1.35 expected goals, 0.96. Odegaard, Lokonga, and Skip all get on the book.
To make the right decisions and work and get it right.
Yes, well, we'll talk about Spurs in just a moment, but what a day for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. Good evening to Jermaine and Martin. He's got a big smile on his face tonight. They were brilliant today, weren't they?
Amazing. I mean, I was immensely impressed. They absolutely blew Spurs away in those opening exchanges. The directness, the hunger, the way they set out and took control of this game. Probably the best 45 minutes I've seen from Arteta's team. Is under huge pressure going into this. Nice shape about the team, solid at the back, lots of options in midfield. What they tried to do, they create like a 3 there. Tomiyasu sits back in the 3. Tierney gets down the left-hand side. Got a couple of options in midfield. And then these two players, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, coming off the lines. And they were brilliant today. But Tierney wants to get down that left whenever he can. Aubameyang, the skipper, was really in the mood today. This was early on, 3-4 passes, and they've gone right through that Spurs team. Excellent build-up. I like this now. Ben White winning those challenges, get that ball, recycle it, and then they're away. And this is going to be a famous 4 if they keep playing the way they are. The kids in the teams.
Keown's buzzing from the way he's talking there.
And then Aubameyang in the move, wanting to make runs off the ball. Look at Smith Rowe just drifting into that position. Beautiful goal from an Arsenal point of view. But it just kept happening. Smith Rowe comes all the way across, really difficult to deal with. That's the signal for Tierney to get down the left-hand side. They're nice and patient in their build-up, taking control. There's a hunger about it. Look at this young man wants to make things happen at Arsenal. He's whistling down that left-hand side. This time nothing comes of it. And this is a goal, by the way. This is a brilliant move, a give and go, a throw. No one going with him. Again, look, it's the same 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that is some touch.
But those youngsters around him, the energy, look at this for a finish. Comes onto it, never in doubt. Emphatic the way they played. And this is only the 12th game that Arteta has had at home with a full crowd. And there was a unity today. It was electricity in the ground. And this young man was at the forefront of everything they did. He's the future of the club. It's great to see the youngsters coming through the academy. Smith Rowe talking about it's a dream. And now it's a reality. It's not a dream anymore. They're doing it in an Arsenal shirt. And they're doing it to a really high level. Aubameyang here again, look, pulling away Odegaard's vision. Perhaps that was a foul. But Arteta, you have to say, 3 games. He lost the first 3 games. The international break came. He had a good look at himself and the group. And he's come back now with a really strong 11.
What a talent they got in Emile Smith Rowe as well. But they were allowed to play, do you mean?
Listen, this group of players and this manager have suffered a lot. They've been ridiculed at times during this season. And this was a really special moment for the manager and the players.
Oh, no, it was, definitely.
Through that suffering,
just imagine if Arteta wins September Manager of the Month awards.
You could see that
3 wins after being under pressure.
It mattered to them. The minute they walked out the tunnel, I could see in their eyes, in those Arsenal players' eyes, that they understood what this fixture meant a lot more than Tottenham. And they went on to prove that. I mean, the young players that they've got and the way that he's got them organised, you've got to give full credit to Arteta here. How he's managed to turn things around and get everybody, including the fans, back on side. They're absolutely brilliant.
Conversely, though, it just seems that the manager, Nuno, doesn't realise the expectation needed in these derby games. We saw that in the Palace game. Today was exactly the same.
It was a very slow start from Spurs, wasn't it? We'll come on to Spurs in just a moment. But one of our favourite moments this afternoon was Aubameyang's celebration. Very similar to a man you played alongside, of course, a legend, Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry, yes. Actually, yeah, he played with me, actually. No, I played with him. You're right.
Did he just say that on live television to him? I think he did.
Wonderful player, but he's emulating what he's doing now. Aubameyang today looks a little bit like him.
Yeah, absolutely. And those young players are going to look up to him as well. Let's talk about Spurs because, Jermaine, this was a North London derby. You two boys have played in these as well. Yeah. And
it looked like Spurs were either nervous, they didn't have a game plan. Nuno said they had a game plan. Could you spot it?
I didn't know.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They were awful again.
It's,
Conceding 3 again for the 3rd time in a row.
kind of what actually was the reality of what was going on at Tottenham. You know, I think brilliant against City. Don't get me wrong. But
They were brilliant against City, first game of the season, but this September has been a nightmare for Spurs.
But the big worry for me today, you know, this is the type of game where you would be, people would say to you about as a player, that you don't care, you don't understand, you don't care. And trust me, there were some performances in there today that were poor, that were terrible. I mean, Dele was poor, and Ndombele was shocking. Højbjerg, Harry Kane. There's a number of names I could go through, trust me, but just to name a few, Son as well was really poor. But you know, the bigger concern was I was watching a team who didn't have a clue what they were doing. And that falls on the manager, unfortunately. With or without the ball, they did not know what they were doing. This is the midfield here. You've got Ndombele, Højbjerg, and Dele. Miles apart. Can Ndombele go and get on the ball? Little pocket of space and move this Arsenal side. Ask a question. He doesn't do that, so they end up going long. Second time, Sanchez on the ball. Can somebody here come and get on the ball, please? There's on midfield. Acres of space in midfield again. Why don't Dele just drop in here, give it to me, create a link, get the ball out into Lucas Moura, and we're playing. But you've got players running away from the ball. Nobody wanted to take responsibility. So in the end, the ball just ends up going long. This was shocking. And the minute the ball goes over Ndombele's head here, get on the second ball, react, try and do something. He doesn't do anything. There's that hole that we spoke about before. Not a midfielder inside. And the reaction of these two is shocking. Your defence is in trouble here, and they're plodding along. They're not sensing the danger. They're not sensing anything.
All over the place.
And before you know it, it's in the back of the net. It's like, where is that sensing of danger? There's nowhere to be seen. Here's the shape. It's a flat 4-3-3. Make a decision. Are we pressing as a team, or are we dropping off? And Ndombele's got to go in. He's got to do something. He doesn't go in, and he doesn't mark Ødegaard. If Partey finds Ødegaard there, he's simply in behind. We just saw that in Martin's run. 1-2 passes and they're in at you. So that's without the ball. With the ball, you've got 3 players here not even looking at the ball. The ball is in play and nobody's even looking. Arteta at the bottom of the screen, he's organising his troops. He's dragging them into position. He's saying, come on, squeeze up. You've got a back 4 of Tottenham at the minute, scrambling to get out of this defensive third. And then at the top end of the pitch, players that don't care, not interested. And when they do get the ball, Arteta's got his troops into position and they can take control of the game.
And look at the body language of Arteta as well compared to Nuno. He was like that all afternoon.
He's got all sorts to do. I mean, I spoke about this at the top end of the show. You know, this is after 3 games.
This is after 3 games, Tottenham, from the Premier League this season. This is after the 3 games. Points, 9, rank 1st. Shots, 26, 10th. Goals, 3, 13th. Expected goals, 3.6, 10th. Expected goals against, 4.3, 13th.
What kind of their ranks were. So obviously points position, they were first, great. But everything else, kind of the shots, the goals, the expected goals against, they're mid-table team.
Exactly.
That's essentially what we're talking about with regards to kind of papering over the cracks those results were.
Okay, so here's the question then. Did they dupe us with their start of the season? Or is that squad good enough to compete for 7th, 8th, 9th?
Yeah, it's definitely good enough to compete for 7th. You know, they should be competing for a Europa League place and nowhere near good enough to finish in the top 4. Not at all. But, you know, as individuals, they do have a group of players there that can get into Europe. But he's got to find a way of playing. And today was not that day.
Okay, boys, fantastic stuff for that. Thank you very much. All the goals from Saturday's games in the Premier League on the way. Next up, Southampton Wolves with just the 1 win.
Here's the match I went to at St Mary's.
Southampton have played out back-to-back goalless.
Right, Southampton, McCarthy, Livramento, Bednarek, Salisu, Walker-Peters, El Yanusi, Romeo, Ward-Prowse, Redmond, Shea Adams, Adam Armstrong. Wolves, Jose Sarr, Kilman, Cody, Seiss, Cadence, Huang, Jimenez. Huang Hee-chan.
Southampton have scored first in their last 4 matches against Wolves without any of them.
Cadence, Jimenez, Semedo having a go, saved by McCarthy.
seconds or so on the clock. First save of the game. Really smart start by the visitors. One win in their last 14 Premier League games.
Semedo loses it. Here's Redmond, but also loses it. It's gone back to Wolves. Kilman. But now Kilman loses it. As Seiss headers it away, even though it goes straight to Shea Adams.
Wearing the headgear, he took it off in frustration, you'll remember, against Brentford last weekend. He's been told by the Wolves medical staff that he has to wear it. It's not a matter of choice, he must wear it. Watching brief at the moment for Adama Traore.
And there is Adama Traore and Ruben Neves, both sitting on the bench. Adams tries to put it in, but it's blocked by Wolves. Marçal, and it's gone out. What the fuck? Hang on, sorry, I have to pause this. I've got to show you something. There's something I've just noticed that was in the St Mary's Stadium corner. That was just being shown on camera after that shot. No! It's me. I'm on Match of the Day as a cameo, and I'm yawning. I've been caught yawning. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn the camera around with the computer. If you can see, there is this stupid knobhead right there. Right there. See, I'm going to be honest. As Joe, my brother, supports Wolves, I tried to get tickets for the Wolves stand, but they were already sold out, so I had to sit with the Southampton fans, so I knew I had to keep quiet on who I wanted to win. But no, this stupid twonk is in the crowd. Fun, fun, fun. Blech! I look disgusting. I actually look disgusting. Anyway, let's move on from my stupid face, and it's a throw into Southampton. I'm yawning as fuck. Jesus Christ. I might have to take another photo, actually, on my phone. Yeah, I am. I'm fucking yawning. Oh, my God. I'm always yawning these days. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's carry on because I don't want to watch my stupid face the whole time. Here's El Yanusi. Into Redmond. It's 1-0. And the flag's up. Of course, I saw that. And the Southampton fans around me were absolutely seething. No surprise there. And yes, Redmond is definitely offside. Shame, though, because that was a tidy finish. Anyway, here's Jose Sarr. He's given it away to Oriol Romeo. Now Adam Armstrong goes straight to Jose Sarr. It was a rotten clearance from Jose Sarr.
Forgivingly comfortable for Jose Sarr in the Wolves goal. In 1965, Southampton beat Wolves 9-3 at the Dell. He's sticking my neck out here, but I don't think we're in for a repeat.
Right, second half. I thought the second half was a lot more interesting than the first half. Shea Adams.
Nicely done by Walker Peters.
Southampton on the attack.
Armstrong.
Here's Livramento. Saved by Jose Sarr.
Livramento. Haven't had too many better moments than this in the game, Southampton. Opened up for Livramento, hit it well. Jose Sarr would have been disappointed to have been beaten by that for sure. But it is a corner.
James Ward-Prowse's corner. But it's cleared by Wolves.
Handball against Nelson Semedo. I think they were extremely optimistic. Redmond. Romeo. Romeo. And that's a good save, and it could be a follow-up for Che Adams. It's a really good.
And Che Adams does not put it in to make it 1-0 Southampton.
It's as near as Southampton have come. Well hit by Elyounoussi.
It was well hit by Elyounoussi as well.
Tucked it away. It may well have been ruled out for offside. But the keeper wasn't to know. That was deflected as well, which made it a better save. Very smart reflexes. Who will remember as the coach of Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea, or Bruno Lage, that
Here's Livramento. Here's Elyounoussi. And now it goes to Redmond. Not quite for Southampton. And another, and it goes straight to Jose Sarr once again.
Ping pong inside the Wolves penalty area here. Elyounoussi shot, hit Adams, fell to Redmond.
Here's Jimenez. Having a go, taking on the defence, and he has scored his first goal since his horrible head injury against Arsenal last season at the Emirates, and he is back. Raul Jimenez is back for Wolves. Yeah, pretty much that. The Mexican number 9 from the West Midlands is back. And Wolves lead on the South Coast.
Southampton 0, Wolves 1. Months of hard work, determination, and grit from Raul Jimenez is rewarded with a lovely goal. Watch a moment for the man and the team.
Che Adams, Redmond, Walker-Peters come off for Brozier, Gineppo and Shane Long.
Manchester City. Watch a moment for the man and the team. A little bit of a hole Southampton at the moment. They might have
And Adama Traore comes on for Daniel Podence.
This would be one win in their last 15 Premier League games going back into last season. 6 without a win from the start of a top-flight season.
Ward-Prowse.
For the first time in 22 years. Chelsea away next. So
Adam Armstrong, and it's wide from Shane Long.
Wasn't far away from being an equaliser for Southampton.
The Saints could have equalised.
He's onside, Salisu. Armstrong on. Romain Saiz in the way of Shane Long.
Semedo and Huang come off for Hoover and Ruben Neves. But here's Jimenez. Can he make it 2? No, he can't. Has a go himself, but it goes straight to Alex McCarthy.
And he found Traore, which certainly have been a second goal.
And Traore was there as well.
His first goal, Raul Jimenez here. Except there was no finish this time.
See, he's put his headband back on again. Wristband, headband. For fuck's sake. Neves. And that's the end of the match. That is the end of the match. A second away win of the season for Wolves' second win of the season. And jeers from St Mary's.
of football will be pleased to see his name back on the score sheet. The Mexican is the match winner again after a year that luckily few of us can imagine. It's finished.
Full time, Southampton 0, Wolves 1.
Congratulations, that's a really important win for your team.
Yes. First thing I want to say is these 3 points, this performance, but more important, these 3 points go straight to our fans. These 3 points straight to them because they are there. They've been there, supporters.
In the moment, it seems that they're coming in the right decision, in the right positions to score, but we don't. And this is what we have to work on. We know that we have a few new players up front there, and Premier League to score, you have to have something special. And in the moment, we don't have.
Talk to me a little about the mental strength of Raul Jimenez to come back from what he's been through, and how much it would mean to him today to score that goal.
He's a top player, and he needs all the confidence from me, from the staff, everyone from the board, and especially for the fans. I think they start to sing in these songs because they're waiting good things from him.
For you, as you were trying to ensure that you could play football again at all, there must have been some really hard days.
Yeah, of course.
I'm delighted for him. I'm absolutely delighted for Raul Jimenez.
As you were trying to ensure that you could play football again at all, there must have been some really hard days.
Yeah, of course. It's difficult. After almost 9 months, I played again, and then, well, it feels fantastic to be here, to be playing, to be back in the score sheet. And, well, I think I work hard for this, as I told you, 9 months, and I'm gonna keep working hard to get more things like this.
What a guy! Well done, that man. Emotional.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at the stats, of course. Did they not even show the stats? They didn't even show the stats. Right, okay, well, I'm going to look it up then. Southampton, Wolves, BBC. %57 possession to 43, 18 shots to 5, 6 shots on target to 3, 5 corners to 5, and 12 fouls to 8 fouls. Don't see any bookings at all during that match. It doesn't say for some reason. Anyway, let's just play on.
Raul scored his first Premier League goal in 336 days. Do you mean that's an incredible moment, given what he's gone through?
Just tells you everything you need to know about the man. Absolute superstar. Having been what he's been through, to have come back and started the season. And I think if we're honest, he's kind of started the season understandably quite tentatively. We watched him last week in the game against Brentford trying Rabonas and falling over, and he was almost trying too hard, weirdly enough, at times. Got really frustrated, took his headband off and everything when he missed the header. But today was like a culmination of those performances and working hard and it all coming together at the right time. He was absolutely brilliant today. And he's the difference for Wolves. Last season, we watched the Wolves side play well in games, but struggle at times with Fabio and William Jose. But Bruno Lage, in fairness to him, he stuck with him at the start of the season, knowing that if he can get Raul Jimenez doing what he did today, Wolves will be a much better side. And today was one of those moments, I think, for the manager. It was like, yes, finally, he's playing with confidence. He's playing with that swagger about his game. Finding little pockets of space here. Look at all the bodies centrally. He's so smart, so clever, pulling out wide, finding a little bit of space down in that channel. The ball was lovely. Spoke about Zabrona last week, but the confidence is still high. What about that touch to Daniel Podence? It was absolutely, he was, and this goal is just so special. It really is. The fight with Bednarak, you don't want to give up. The determination, the touch. See you later. Everything about that is just beautiful. The way this little chop here, the way he sends Bednarak into the stands is just.
It's just that composure, isn't it? That's why he's a top-notch striker.
Well, considering the amount of time he's had out of the game, to have that bit of composure in that moment, he is a top-class player. This is a guy before his injury that would have been on Man United's radar, Man City's radar. He was playing that well for Wolves, and listening to his interview there, and the work rate that he's putting in, and the belief that he has in himself, he will get back there. He's absolutely brilliant.
And watching these today, we loved those scenes at the end, didn't we, Martin?
Just saying there that I wanted to add that last week he took the headband off, and he had to wear it for insurance purposes. But literally, the gloves came off this week in terms of how he was as a contact player, physical player. He is a beast to play against, but he was aggressive today, and he has my respect. Anyone who's played the game, we know the knowledge now of head injuries, the impact of that. He's carrying a lot. That goal today was really important to him, and that was the difference between the two teams.
Yeah, let's take a look at the tactical aspect of the goal as well, Martin.
Well, from a Southampton point of view, really disappointed with the fullbacks for Southampton. I don't think you can leave him, really. Leave your central defenders exposed. It's an opportunity here for Southampton, they don't take it. Livramento, Walker-Peters don't get back. Just look at them running away, not even facing the danger. Should never turn your back on the ball. They're looking back down the pitch. I have no idea.
Disappointing day for Southampton.
Get back into position quickly.
I thought it was.
The central defenders need to organise this. That's not good enough. Just a long ball. This is an assist, by the way, from the goalkeeper. So get back into a 4 and be difficult to beat. This is a big moment in the game here, and you can't fight with him, as Jermaine has suggested. But Dent's there, gets away from Walker-Peters. When he sees this now, he won't believe it. How are you switching off there? You've got to get back. Livramento as well at the bottom of the screen. I know it's a great goal, but they've got to help out their central defenders. They could have done better as well. But fantastic goal, but Southampton could have done a lot better.
And here's a stat to impress your mates down the pub. The last Wolves keeper to assist the Premier League goals, Wayne Hennessy, back in 2009.
Jesus Christ.
Impress your mates down the pub tomorrow. Ralph Hasenhüttl said, I counted a lot of moments where we created much more than they did, but they had one moment where Jimenez showed his quality. And that's the thing. Southampton got into pretty good positions. Realistically, did they ever look like scoring for you?
We watched them last week against City. They seem happy when they don't have the ball and they can win it back off of you and be effective. When they've got to take the game to the opposition, they just found wanting a little bit, not getting enough bodies in the box there, and it keeps breaking down, Jermaine. It's not really clicking. This was one of the few passes we could pick out when they're playing the ball forward and getting bodies in the box. It just kept jamming just as they got in front of goal.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned for them, I'm totally honest. I've seen a lot of teams in this league that can have nice moments, look nice on the eye, can press high up the pitch, like Southampton do really well. But the game eventually comes down to putting the ball in the back of the net. And, I think Che Adams had one of those development type seasons yesterday when he had Danny Ings alongside him, carrying the can a lot of the time with the goals and the assists. And he probably needs to step up and get more goals. They brought in Armstrong, who scored a load of goals in the Championship. And is that step up going to be a bit too much for him or not? But essentially, that is what is going to, what Southampton and their, I suppose, I don't want to say survival, but are they going to have a battle in terms
He's a good manager, though, you've got to say.
Yeah, he is a good manager. But also, when you look at these stats as well, Jermaine, you realise how reliant they were on Danny's goals.
Yeah, but look, it's an easy argument to say, right, you shouldn't have sold Danny Ings. Right?
That is very true. That is very true. If you have a look at that stat, hold on.
How reliant they were on.
This was when Danny Ings was at Southampton. Last 2 Premier League seasons, Ings' goals and assists, 2019-20, 22-2, 2020-21, 12-4. Goal involvement, 47% and then 34%.
Danny's goals.
Yeah, but look, it's an easy argument to say, right, you shouldn't have sold Danny Ings. All right, he's got to find another way of scoring goals. And there are some players that are pitching as well. But when you watch them, there's a little bit of a naivety to them in front of goal. And it is something that is going to make sure that they are down in the bottom end of the table. And he needs to figure that out.
Okay, remember, if you missed any of tonight's show, we're on the...
So there we go. One more game to go. It doesn't show Match of the Day 2 because it was on Monday night, so I'm going to type it in on YouTube. But yeah, Crystal Palace Brighton at Selhurst Park. Jordan Ayew. Zaha. Edouard has a go, but it goes straight to Robert Sanchez. Joel Ward trying to press Danny Welbeck, but this time it goes straight to Guaita. Here's Gallagher. Goes down, Palace appeal for a penalty, and it is a penalty. Leandro Trossard is furious. Yeah, that no wonder he's fuming. That's no way a penalty. It was a fucking shoulder barge. I'm going to have to look at that again. That's no way a penalty. No wonder Trossard is fuming. That's a shoulder barge to me. That's no way a pen. And Gallagher's looking for it. No, that's no way a penalty. I'm sorry, that's not a penalty to Palace. Doesn't matter either way, because Wilfried Zaha has delivered once again. And Wilfried Zaha puts Crystal Palace up front against Brighton. They're M23 rivals. But Brighton have a free kick. Brighton had a go, but Guaita tips it over. It was Lewis Dunk with the header, but it goes on to Robert Sanchez. No, Vicente Guaita. Here's Gallagher, who goes down, but he gets straight back up. I highly rate that. But here's Jordan Ayew, and it's wide. Could have easily been 2-0 to Crystal Palace. To be fair, I so rate that, though, from Conor Gallagher. He literally got brought down and got straight back up to help his team. That is what so many footballers need to fucking do these days. Because all they do, as soon as they go down, even by the tinsiest of contact, they're like, oh, help me. Shut up. Okay, sorry. Let's carry on.
Fails to capitalise on the most golden of opportunities.
But that is wide from Jordan Ayew. Here's Mopé. Can he finish it off? What a chip in! What a chip in goal. And Mopé has rescued the Seagulls right at the very last minute. And the Seagulls snatch a point by invading the Eagles' ground. And the Eagles don't capture the Seagulls tonight here in their ground. And Brighton equalise right at the last minute. And it ends Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 1. Wow. Crazy. That's unbelievable. So there we are. That is the 10 games from game week 6. I would like to see the stats for Crystal Palace Brighton. And that was the last match of September this season. Oh God, the fans were shooting at each other near the tunnel at the end of the team's 1-1 draw. Jesus bloody Christ. Crystal Palace, 47% possession to Brighton's 53, 8 shots to 8, 3 shots on target to Brighton's 4, 6 corners to 5, and 12 fouls to 10. So, yeah, there you have it. But no, I did not think that was a penalty at all. I thought that was a shoulder barge, and I could not blame Trossard for being fuming about that. But, tell you what, Mopé was very lucky to get that that equaliser right at the death of the match. In fact, there was a lot of fierceness in that game as well. Oh my God! So, if I wasn't ill on Monday, I would have bloody watched this. Oh God, there was fights and all sorts. So afterwards, the Brighton players were heading down the tunnel and had to run a gauntlet of home supporters with a group of fans taunting the visitors and getting the same back from some Brighton players. Brighton supporters broke through the advertising hoardings to celebrate their equaliser, and a blue flare was thrown onto the pitch. Oh, dearie me. Graham Potter said with the goal going in at that time, there's emotion and passion, which you'd expect. There wasn't a massive amount of security there, and it's a little bit intimidating, but thankfully everyone is okay. Mopé celebrated by cupping his ears in front of the Palace fans, clashed with Zaha on the halfway line as Palace were ready to take the kick off. Mopé and Duffy ran to the Crystal Palace fans, cupping their ears after the late equaliser. And then Mopé celebrated in front of the Brighton fans after goading Palace supporters along the way. And then players from both sides clashed at the final whistle. So, we had the Battle of Old Trafford in 2003, the Battle of the Bridge in 2016. Now we have the Battle of the M23 in 2021. Late drama. So yeah, that is the end of the fixtures. So now I've got to read out how I've done with my bloody predictions. So this is going to be fun. Where are they? Okay, let's see what I predicted. So, how many am I on after round 5? 26. Again, this just shows where I need my start to hurry up. Anyway. Right, so Chelsea, Man City, I had down as 2-1 to Chelsea. Wrong. Very wrong. 1-0 to Man City. No points there at all. Man United 2, Aston Villa 1. Got it wrong. 1-0 to Villa. Leicester 3, Burnley 0. Ended 2-2. Once again, got it wrong. Everton 3, Norwich 0. It was 2-0 to Everton, so I got a point. Leeds 2, West Ham 2. It was 2-1 West Ham. I was agonisingly close on that one. Got that wrong. Watford 1, Newcastle 2. It was 1-0. I also got this so annoyingly wrong. So, wrong, right, but not quite right. Wrong, and Brentford, Liverpool, I got wrong as well. Brentford, Liverpool, I got wrong as well. I had it as 4-1 to Liverpool. It was 3-3. I had Southampton to beat Wolves 1-0. It was 1-0 to Wolves. And this was probably my worst prediction. I had Tottenham to beat Arsenal 4-2, and it was 3-1 to Arsenal. And then the next prediction, I got spot on. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 1, and it ended 1-1. And that's 3 points. So I get 4 And that brings me on to 30. So again, another poor round for me. Idiots. Oh well. Now we're on to round 7. We go into October. Can I turn this around? So let's have a look then. So these are the fixtures for round 7. Manchester United versus Everton. Now that is a cracker. Man United versus Everton. 3-3 last season. I reckon Everton will be up for it, but it depends if Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be fit to play. They're out. They're saying that Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison and Coleman are out of Everton's trip to Man U. I'm going to go with a home win. I think United will bounce back after that disappointing defeat against Villa. But I think it's going to be tight. I do think it's going to be... I'm going to go with 2-1. The same as the Villa results, but I guess you can only try and guess, can't you, with predictions. Chelsea against Southampton at Stamford Bridge. Now, we need to bounce back, but Southampton always turn up when they play at Stamford Bridge. But it's Ralph Hasenhüttl against Thomas Tuchel. Kante won't play because he's got COVID, obviously. Do I think we're going to bounce back this weekend? I mean, City were the better team against us, but as for that performance against Juventus, I was not happy at all. Seeing that Liverpool and Man City play each other at Anfield on Sunday, I probably am going to go with a home win for Chelsea. I do think Chelsea are going to bounce back. But do I think it will be 3-0? I'm going to go with 2-0 just to be on the safe side. But wouldn't surprise me if Southampton turn up, because they always turn up when they play Chelsea. But it's at Stamford Bridge. I'm going with 2-0 to us. Okay. Wolves against Newcastle at Molineux. I'm going to go with a home win. I think Wolves are going to do it again. Newcastle probably... I think Newcastle will get a goal, but I think it will be a Wolves win. I'm going to go with 3-1 to Wolves. Burnley Norwich. Now that could be interesting. Well, that is a must-win for Norwich. They haven't won a single game yet or drawn a single game yet. But it's also a must-win for Burnley. They haven't won a game yet either, along with Leeds, Southampton and Newcastle. Nah, I think they're going to do it. They look a lot better than Norwich right now. And yeah, I thought they were brilliant against Leicester. I know I can't really judge after one game, but overall the whole season, I think they look better than Norwich anyway. I'm going with... But I reckon this will be Burnley's first win of the season. I'm going to go with 2-0 to Burnley against Norwich. Leeds against Watford, and this, I think, will be Leeds' first win of the season. I think this will be Leeds' first win of the season, and I'm going to go with... I'm also going to go with 3-1, just like the Wolves-Newcastle game. Brighton against Arsenal. Now, this has been Arsenal's bogey ground recently, the Amex Stadium. That's the question, though. Can they carry on the form they showed against Tottenham, Norwich and Burnley? But Norwich and Burnley are near the bottom of the league. Tottenham easily their best performance of the season so far, but Brighton have looked impressive this season. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a draw between Brighton and Arsenal. And I reckon it's going to be 1-1 between Brighton and Arsenal. Right, Tottenham against Aston Villa at White Hart Lane. Can Spurs turn it around? If Villa gets a second win of the season, though, away. Now, hang on. Let me say that again. If Villa get 2 consecutive away wins at 2 hard grounds to go to, then that is really impressive. Tottenham have looked so poor at the moment. It depends if they continue that form, though. They could bounce back against Villa. I think Villa are gonna give it tough for them. I think Villa are gonna make it tough for them, though. I'm going to go with a gamble. No. I'm going to be on the safe side just in case, because when I go for a gamble, I really want to go with an away win to Aston Villa. But the problem is that my gambles never pay off at the end. Oh, I don't know. I think this will be the toughest one, actually. Depends if they turn up. Son, Kane. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 2-2. West Ham, Brentford. Now, that is another tough one. That is a very tough one. Brentford get an away win for that, though. That would be incredible. I think it will be. Will it be home win or a draw? No, I think it'll be a home win to West Ham. I'm gonna go with 1-0 to the Hammers. No, I'm gonna go with 3-0 to the Hammers because they do like scoring these days. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a home win for West Ham. Right, Crystal Palace against Leicester at Selhurst Park. You know what? Palace could win that, you know. Palace could win that. Oh, what do I go for? Crystal Palace. Oh, no, they could honestly win that. Crystal Palace could honestly win that. It wouldn't shock me. Nah, I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a draw for this as well. I'm going to go for a gamble for this one, though. No, I'm not. Schmeichel's in goal for Leicester, of course he is. 1-1 between Palace and Leicester. And that leaves me with the biggest game of the weekend. The 2 best teams of the last 3 seasons, nearly 4 seasons. Liverpool against Manchester City at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp versus Pep Guardiola. If all my players are fit, I'm going to win the Premier League again. That sounded American. I'm so sorry. I see no good, simply impossible. I see no simply possible. Man City looked impressive against us. Oh, they'll be up for it, though, at Anfield. I can't see it. They had an amazing performance last season at Anfield, but I can't see it being a repeat of that, given that Van Dijk's back. And they'll have their fully developed squad. I'm going with a draw. I'm going to go with a repeat of what happened in the 2018-19 season at Anfield, and that is a 0-0 draw between Liverpool and Manchester City. So there we are. That is my predictions for this weekend, and that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheerio.